1580, The Fanatic. Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you looking for career opportunities with great benefits and job growth? How about the chance to make an impact? What we do here at the City of Phoenix matters. 14,000 employees and counting, all dedicated to making a difference in the communities where they live, work, and play. So come join us. Help us do work that makes Phoenix work. You can see all open positions and apply at phoenix.gov/jobs. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Your home for NFL primetime games. 1580, The Fanatics.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris in the control room, ducking the music too soon. And you guys on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmony Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Yes, with everybody very busy, a lot of times I have to try to give Harris some hints on air. We don't have time for meetings. So yeah, don't duck the music. Just wait till I start talking, and then kind of naturally do it under that way, because it just there's a dramatic when you do that the way you did it there. So people watching on the YouTube video might notice Randy is wearing a U of A hat. When I saw that, I immediately scampered off and got my ASU hat to counterbalance it. But I will not ban Randy from wearing the U of A hat because, well, I don't know if you guys have listened to the show, but trying to tell Randy anything, you just don't.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And he has a good reason for it.
Well, today is my, I celebrate 18 years of life. I had a transplant 18 years ago today, liver transplant. I had a autoimmune disease that was killing my liver. It was called primary sclerosing cholangitis. And I had a living donor who is a good friend of mine, obviously now. And he went and graduated from the University of Arizona. And so the day I was in the hospital at the transplant, he gave me this hat because my kids gave him a ASU hat, much like Jeffrey's, only I think it was maroon with that same ASU logo on it. And so every day I have chosen to celebrate what he did for me, how he laid down his life for me. And greater love has no man than this. Then he laid down his life for his friends. And that's what Ron did for me. So today I honor him by wearing this U of A hat. It's the only day I am a Wildcat, the only one day a year.
Yep.
So
it's painful to look at, but it'd be more
It
painful if you weren't here. So we, of course, are always very grateful to. It's not Ron, Radio Ron. It's a
No.
Ron.
It's a different Ron. I don't want to embarrass him.
You gotta be proud of me. I didn't even make the joke. I
No,
wanted to make the joke.
no, you didn't.
The joke I wanted to make, but I didn't make, was when you said he was a living donor. I said, well, yeah, right up until the point where I got the liver out of him. I don't think he did too well after.
Well, he gave me 2/3 of his liver. The liver, many of you may or may not know this, but the liver is one of the organs other than the skin, which is a giant organ that can regenerate.
At least on me it is.
The liver regrows once you cut it or injure it. It can regrow back to the size your body needs. And they have discovered how to do liver transplants by taking. There's 2 lobes of the liver. There's the bigger right side and then the smaller left side. They took the right side and gave me that side, and it has grown to what my body requires. And then in Ron's body, not Radio Ron, but my donor, in my donor's body, he grew back to what he's much more fit too, by the way. Much
May I
more
ask
fit than
questions about this? I have questions.
Sure, go ahead, Jeffrey O'Brien, 1580 The Fanatic. Go ahead.
The first question is, did they take out all of your liver and
They did,
plug
yeah.
this one into the HDMI port? I mean, where did they
well,
put the
it was a bit more complex than that, but
Right.
they took out.
They removed all of your liver.
Yeah, they
Put his
took out the
chunko
diseased
liver
liver
in there.
Yeah,
Got some Lipton chunko liver.
Yeah,
and then plugged it in, and it just
Yeah.
took.
yeah.
Wow, that's
Well,
amazing.
fortunately for me, I've been very, very blessed to have 18 extra years. The liver they took out of me was very, very diseased. I probably wouldn't have made it to the end of the year in 2000, back in 2007. So we celebrate today 18 years of bonus time.
You know, I had no idea any of this was happening in 2007. You drop me a line, I might have had a chunk of liver for you.
Well, the funny story about that, and I'll keep it short. I was at a church. I was serving at a church in the media ministry at the time, and many people had come forward. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to deserve anybody's trying to spend time to do that, because it is a horrible process to go through. All the testing and evaluation, they do everything to you. But I had many people want to give me a chunk of their liver. I mean, I'm blown away by everybody's generosity towards me back in that time. And surely I don't deserve it, but I'm very thankful that my donor did come forward and he was a match. So
wow, I'm honored that I got to hear that story. Wow.
And you were asking
Sure,
before
Harris,
we
make
went
it
on the
about
air.
Oh, that's funny, Jeff.
Yeah.
Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. So Rocky Mountain High says 3 days in a row The Colorado Rockies keep making me money. I picked them to cover the spread, and they won again today, 3-2 over the Marlins. Believe it or not, it's a sweep by the Rockies over the Marlins.
How
He
about
says,
that?
Wow, those Marlins must be pretty bad.
Wow. I mean, for the Rockies to win 3 in a row and sweep them, I mean, wow. What does that say for the Marlins? Time for a team meeting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Rocky Mountain High, careful, you are playing with a fire that will eventually burn you. You know, it's amazing what you've done so far. Just don't get greedy. T-Licious says, happy Wednesday, mofos. He says, let's go Oilers. Clap, 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 clap. And by the way, this is one of the sad things. I was on the ESPN website today. And as I scrolled down, they had tomorrow's game with the Pacers, and the OKC at the top. You had to scroll down to find anything about today's Stanley Cup game 1. Now they have finally plopped it back up on top. That just kind of shows you the level of where these sports are. And so today, we're going to track the Diamondbacks. They start at 4. We will keep an eye on the Panthers and the Oilers. It starts at 5. All sorts of stuff going on today. Been a slow damn couple of days for sports. You know what I mean?
Well, it's busy
some
now.
things-
It's
there are
busy
some
now,
things
Jeffco.
that
Yeah.
happened on National Cheese Day. Today is National Cheese Day, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We're going to talk about the fact the Suns have a new head coach. They are hiring Cavs assistant Jordan Ott, OTT, as a head coach. Dude looks like a character off of Dexter. He just has a serial killer kind of look to him.
Kind of does have that serial killer look. You're right, Jeffco.
He's 40 years old. I don't know what he knows, but I know that he's been an assistant coach since 2012, and he's been with the Cavaliers. And of course, this is the year the Cavs won 64 games. And I don't know how much he had to do with it, but I guess Ishbia, as they sat down with Ott, and they also sat down with Johnny Bryant, another assistant from the same team, they decided they want this guy. Okay, so Harris, why do they want this guy?
Man,
this crazy looking, he looks a little nutty.
He really does.
Look a little.
There's
yeah.
other photos I've seen of him, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. I think they wanted him. Maybe it had to do with the Michigan State connection.
That's the only reason.
Well, you can't really gauge the resume of assistant coaches sometimes, because between him and Johnny Bryant, they were both working for the same team. So on paper, you can't really see a difference. There must have been something in the interview that he pointed out that they really liked, that Johnny Bryant
probably pointed out that Johnny spells his name with an I-E, and that's just insufferable.
Really? You think?
Yeah.
A man can't spell his name with an I-E. It's got to be a Y, damn it.
Yeah. IE is pretty feminine now that I think about it.
What?
I think IE is feminine.
You just call Johnny Bryant feminine?
That's
No.
it.
I feel like he could take you in a fight.
Well, I with that look that he's got, that kind of slick back hair.
Oh, no. This is Ott. I don't know about Johnny Bryant.
Oh,
this is Ott.
Oh,
OTT.
yes.
So now all the dumb, watch the Suns website. You ought to meet our new head coach. I'm going to hate this so much. So many bad puns on the way.
Yeah.
So tell me about Ott. What do we have to look forward to with him? Is this a guy who's going to improve the defense? Because they completely slammed the door on any idea about Thibodeau. So here's the question. Does this guy come defensively minded?
Well, he's super interesting because he got his start as a video coordinator like Eric Spoelstra. And he's been with Kenny Atkinson he was with him at the Nets and he was with him at the Cavs. And I think the offensive background under Kenny Atkinson is very interesting because the Cavs had the best offense in the NBA last year. The amount of cutting that they did, number 1 in the league in backdoor cuts. So with the Suns, expect a lot of off-ball movement, a lot more than what we've seen. And then defensively, I don't quite know if this solves it. That remains unseen. But I like what he's done on the offensive end.
Well, he also fell off the Budenholzer tree.
Yeah,
he'd worked with him before. He worked with Steve Nash and Darvin Ham and Jacques Vaughn.
Yep.
Yeah. I honestly, I mean, listen, there's other coaches who are available right now, bigger, splashier names. And Moist one says, fire Jordan Ott. Love
Yeah,
Big George.
Yeah.
Big George already tweeting to fire Jordan Ott.
Wow, no kidding.
Big
Okay.
George with
All
the
right.
Suns GM, people would get fired within minutes of taking jobs. Hours.
It's like the meme of the dad from The Simpsons who walks in the bar, takes off his hat, comes back around, takes the hat back on, walks right out the door. Just
Yep.
That what George would have.
Well done.
Cardinal Art says it's Hump Day. Let's get the show started. I don't care for calling it Hump Day because that's
Hump Day.
Once the soccer moms got a hold of that and started saying it, I don't like that. He says, Triple H, please stick to the script. And Randy, may I please have a cold frothy brew?
Oh, yes. I mean, absolutely.
What
there you
script?
go.
Cardinal
What
Art.
script?
Yeah.
What script am I not sticking to? Where am
Who
I
has
going
time
on
to
topic here?
script 3 hours with this nonsense?
Yeah, no, we certainly don't. I'll say that.
Mr. Wilbur says, I love you, Randy. Go
Thank you.
ASU.
Well, yes. Yeah.
It's not what he said, but that's what I'm going to say. He
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. Well, that's fine, Jeffco. That's all right.
King Kitten says, congratulations, Randy, and happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you
And
very
he
much.
says, you know what I like about the Fanatic app? It works. Starts up right away and plays the radio station. Doesn't constantly crash. There's not a crap load of stupid digital commercials. It just works perfectly. I love it.
There you go. Yeah, you got to love that.
So I wonder what that's all about. Like other radio stations' apps are constantly trying to insert a bunch of ad garbage at you.
Oh,
and
yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
We just play the radio station straight through.
Mhm.
And all of our advertisers just automatically get the benefit of being on the stream too. Do you know that? I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, Harris. Other radio stations, they separate the commercials, meaning the commercials that are on air can sometimes be different than the commercials that they play across their stream. Because that way they can either gouge their existing clients or they can sell to new clients digital only. So you can be on the stream for X amount of bazillion dollars, or you can be on both for bazillions of dollars. You know, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just find that I've always found that to be just kind of gross. If you're a radio station, I think if you pay for a commercial on the regular air, you shouldn't have to pay more for it just to be on a digital stream or podcast or
Yep.
anything else.
Yep.
You should pay one time and that's it. Now, if we grow to a point where, wow, our stream is huge, oh my God, our ratings, well, then let the spot increase in price, but don't make it complicated.
Yeah.
I just hate when they make it. And that's why the other stations, if that's their apps that are crashing and stuff, that's why.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple, stupid. Why do you got to make it complicated?
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. these
Well said, Jeffco.
corporations-
Well said.
Well said.
Radio Ron probably spilled his coffee, rode off the road.
What are you doing?
What?
He probably
I think
did.
he'd love to make the extra money. Both or either. I will give that man a heart attack someday.
Yes. Yes, you will. You may have done that right now. Mhm.
Well, I remember the day that he heard me on air say, and the text line, we will never sell your information. What are you doing?
Oh my!
I just made a promise that we wouldn't use people's
Ah.
information from the text line for sales stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I have caused many a stain on his shirt. You know,
His shirt is stained.
he's like, why do you wait
Yes.
till I'm eating to say crap like this?
Mm.
Last Optimist says in Sarver's last 3 years, the Suns were a better run, had more success than Ishbia's first 3 years. Yeah, let's bring back that racist, misogynistic son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what your point is, Last Optimist. You know, I can't be mad at Ishbia. I can't be mad at him for coming in and trying to do a big thing. So he came in, tried to do a big thing. It didn't work out. So now he's got to kind of shake that Etch-a-Sketch and try to do it right. So
Right.
I'm not ready to blast Ishbia or, wish for the days of Sarver. I'm glad Sarver's gone. Ishbia's going to figure it out. And maybe before Randy and I kick the bucket, there'll be a Suns championship.
Yeah. Let's hope. Right.
And if not, lie to us as we're dying about, just say, hey, Jeffrey, Suns won the championship.
Yeah. And
then it's over. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Firefighter says, you deserve it, Randy. We're always here for you. I'm sure that Moist One would donate a certain organ to you anytime you wanted.
Hey, well, thank you very much. And no need for
thank
that. I have plenty. Thank you.
LA Kid says, so I went to Michigan State. Does that mean I could get a job with the Phoenix Suns without any experience too?
I don't know. You need
Yes,
to go
you
apply.
can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. And he has experience, except for in coaching. He has lots of experience with videotape recorders and.
Hey, Jordan Ott was a video coordinator.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, I mean, never say never.
Walter Mellon says, it's good that he looks like a serial killer, Jeffrey. Means he won't lose the locker room. Guys don't want to end up in a plastic room getting dissected.
Wasn't
Good point.
the Heat's coach? What's his name?
Yep.
Wasn't he a video coordinator as well?
Was Eric Spoelstra. Good poll,
Spoelstra,
Randy.
and thank you. And he's like one of the top coaches in the league. I mean,
I'm gonna go as this guy for Halloween. Look how much I look like him here.
Take off the glasses. Maybe.
Well, if I do that, I can't see.
No, you need to have.
Oh, you
more of
kind
a-
of do.
yeah. Oh, there it is, right there.
There
That's
it is. Yeah,
That's
he
it,
kind
yeah.
of does. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I gotta put these back on.
Yeah.
It's very weird how things are. Like I took my glasses off and I couldn't see, and I felt like, well, I better turn up the volume. It's like how when you're driving around looking for an address and you turn down the radio, like that helps. Makes no sense. And I'm sure there's professional drivers, because I know we got guys doing Amazon, we got guys doing Uber or DoorDash. I would bet you that you turn down the radio when you're looking for an address. Yeah, I mean, if you don't, good for you. You are a rare bird, because everybody else is like, shh, I'm trying to find this place.
Yeah.
Just the Tip says, as long as we're on the subject, anybody notice that Trevor Bauer won his false allegations lawsuit against the lady who claimed it? We talked about this a million years ago, Just the Tip. And he's blackballed from Major League Baseball, or yeah, he would be in the Diamondbacks bullpen, or and any team would probably be happy to have his talent pitching.
Yeah, he's a former Cy Young winner, and he was in a what happened to him was incredibly unfair. It came out that the girl, I think, faked some text messages and set him up or something.
Well, he's got an aggressively disturbing kink, and that's the truth. He does have a kink where I'm like, ooh, that would make me uncomfortable to have a friend or someone I knew dating that guy. But it's a consensual kink.
Yep.
And he didn't break any laws, and he got done dirty. So, I don't know if I'd want to sit next to him on a long flight, but hell yeah. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. Bring him back. But he pissed off Rob Manfred. He talked about Rob Manfred critically for many years. That's probably the real reason they have not welcomed him back.
I mean, I love what Bauer did, to be honest with you, in that regard.
Just the Tip says the ruling is recent. Oh, is there another one? Okay. Well, I mean, we're not surprised because I thought he'd already been pretty well exonerated.
I thought he was cleared. Yeah. I can look it up.
If there's a recent ruling that does that, I wonder if they'll open the door for him to come back. I guess we shall see. All right, listen, we have new texters on the text line and other people with a lot to say. So let's just take that break. We'll come back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender is streamed live on YouTube. Search 1580 The Fanatic to watch.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-298-9532. 800-298-9532. Again, that's 800-298-9532. Get Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot with free delivery and up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $450 off select appliances like Whirlpool. Store dinners and keep your coolers iced for sports practice with the large storage and ice capacity of a Whirlpool refrigerator from the Home Depot. Celebrate Memorial Day with savings on select appliances right now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid May 15th through June 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's the bone-crushing hits. The searing sounds of training camp.
Come on, knock your ass back. All gas, no brakes. Let's go.
Soon, the new recruits will show up for minicamp. And then, it's down to business in training camp. When it comes to the NFL, we talk about it. We're 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for the NFL.
Today, Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic National Cheese Day, by the way. I really don't have a whole lot of comments other than, I like cheese.
I like to
Everybody
cut
likes
the cheese. Yeah.
I like to cut the cheese,
That
like to
Randy
eat
does.
cheese, like to melt the cheese. For lunch, I made a fifth graders special.
You did?
Yeah. So here's the thing that everybody knows, and women, you need to understand, left unattended, everything that we do will revert back to being a fifth grader when it comes to culinary expression.
Usually.
If you see a single man in the grocery store, you look in his cart and it looks like the lunchbox of a fifth grader.
Absolutely.
Tostino pizza rolls, stuff that the women would never allow us to have. As a married man, you see a guy walking like this, and he's got the list on his phone. And he's just like looking lost because we don't know where anything is in the store.
So true.
But when it comes to just us left on our own, fifth grade Lunchables, that kind of thing. And when it comes to my lunch today, I was like, I don't think I want to drink one of them shakes. So what I did was I got a tortilla and I got some Mexican cheese and I got some chili Fritos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm with you.
Put it on the plate, put the cheese on the tortilla, put the Fritos in there, put it in the microwave for a minute, took it out, folded it over, rolled it over, boom. And I just had myself a cheese roll with some crunchy goodness.
Oh, yes.
You couldn't have been
Perfecto.
more right. Couldn't have been more right with this take, Jeffrey.
And I've been burping that up ever since, and I feel great.
And that's why we don't eat that sort of thing all the time. Yeah.
That's why I take blood pressure medication.
Yes.
It won't hurt me because I took my pills today. So
Yep. Invincible.
Yep.
By the
People
way,
are like, you can't eat that if you got high blood pressure. What do you think I'm taking pills for?
I don't
Of course
take these
I can eat
pills.
that.
I don't take these pills for my health, man.
Yeah. Like, they're so tasty. No, I'm doing it so I can eat garbage. So anyway, that was my expression of cheese today. I wouldn't be surprised if I had some more cheese later.
I
don't either.
I mean, I have just about the same exact diet. If I'm being completely honest, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich last
Do you feel
night
like he's lying right
with
now, Randy?
orange
I don't
chicken.
think so. I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
I'm not. I'm not.
Peanut butter
lying.
jelly and orange chicken. Oh my
Orange
God.
chicken. I had some chicken
Like-
nuggets this morning.
Wait. Peanut butter and jelly, and you put the orange chicken in the sandwich?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
you had
think
a
I'm
peanut butter and jelly
crazy.
sandwich and orange chicken.
And orange chicken. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich was the side.
Oh,
There it
okay.
is. There it is.
My
Yeah.
wife says it's a dessert. Peanut butter jelly sandwich is a dessert.
A dessert.
What? Oh, dang, Jeffrey.
I'm
I
like,
feel
well,
for you.
Let me
for
take
you.
you on a little trip through time when you see how I grew up eating mostly peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
I
when I
probably
had
exactly
$35 in my bank account, and that was it.
Oh yeah, peanut butter jelly is always a good go-to. Man.
Actually,
Yeah, oh,
Randy,
yeah.
I have a little bit more than $35. I actually had about 50, so just a tad bit more.
So his peanut butter was crunchy.
Oh, he had the crunchy peanut
The
butter.
crunchy peanut butter. That's right.
Ringless Joe says, "I've been sad ever since the announcement of Frank Ragnow retiring, greatest Lions center of all time, retiring at the peak of the Lions' competitiveness. I wish him well, but I'd be lying if I said it doesn't make me worried about the O-line for the upcoming season."
They're
They
deep.
just picked up a guy, and I think he might be a former Cardinal. I thought I saw they've already picked up a guy to fill in.
Plus, they're deep. Their
don't-
offensive line is deep.
And I don't care that much because it's the Lions, so that's why I didn't even print the story. But if it makes you feel better, I think they maybe got somebody. But you should know better than me.
Tristan
So.
Colon, 1-year contract. So they got
What'd you say about my colon?
Tristan.
You named
Tristan
my
Colon.
colon Tristan?
Tristan Colon. Your colon got a
I'm
1-year
gonna
contract.
remember that next colonoscopy. I'll be like to the doctor, say hello to Tristan.
Yep, this is him.
Now, you take it easy on Tristan back there.
Take it easy on Tristan. Don't go too hard on him.
I want to be asleep before you talk to Tristan. I want to be knocked the hell out, please.
And if I smell cigarette smoke, we're going to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's between them and Tristan. I don't even care if I'm knocked out. Grand Mariner says he was listening to a different radio show before ours, and they were very critical of this son's hire because of his ties to Michigan State and the fact that there are many other better candidates out there. So that should tell you. Well, yeah, they are paid to say nice things about that team. So I am actually a little surprised.
I wonder what happens if Tibbs gets fired like a week before, and if the Suns end up pursuing him.
I just
a
don't know
thought.
why they felt the rush to pull the trigger. They could have paused a beat and or maybe Ishbia's like, Tibbs? Nah. And then they just like, okay, here we go.
Well, am I missing something, or isn't the NBA draft coming up here?
It's coming up, Randy. You're not missing anything.
And so these teams need to get ready, and this is going to be, in my opinion, and I'm not a basketball wizard, but I have been around the Sun a few times.
Yes, he has.
For the Phoenix Suns, this is I feel like this is going to be a super critical draft for this franchise. Am I wrong there in saying that?
Well, they do not have a lot of picks,
right?
But still, it is critical. Every draft will be critical for the Suns because of just the position that they're at and them potentially having to rebuild. So every draft will be critical.
Radio Ron just texted in.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
He says,
Brace
I just got out of therapy, heard everything you guys said, heading right back to therapy. Thanks.
Sorry, Ron.
I wonder how stained his shirt was when he texted that.
Well, if he was in therapy, they only
Yeah.
have like cookies and like, they don't have
Yeah.
like straight up mustard.
Juice. They have juice in there. Yeah.
Moist One says, look at this fella. And he sent me a picture. Pittsburgh Penguins named Dan Muse as their new head coach. And it's kind of who does that look like to me? That looks like Adam Silver and somebody had a baby. Dan Muse. Just who does it like if Adam Silver and the coach of the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, had a baby. That's it. That's it. That's who he looks like.
He looks like
Really? I'm not getting that.
What's his
I'm,
name from the Terminator? He looks like that. Who's
He
the
looks like-
villain?
who?
T1 15,000 or something?
Dude, he's bald.
To
Completely
me,
head bald.
To me,
Yeah.
he looks like one of those college swimmers.
Yeah, you're right. No,
You know what I
that's-
mean?
Yeah, he does.
He looks like a college swimmer. He's got
about
that
to
kind
tear
of
away and jump
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
What
yeah.
do college swimmers look like to y'all?
Well, they're like this guy, like Dan
Yeah.
Hughes, the
No,
Penguins' new head coach.
aerodynamic with the
Oh
head.
yeah, yeah. See, the top of the head is sort of like
Are you
a
looking at the right
pointed.
pictures?
I am. I kind of
No,
a
not
pointed.
you. I'm
Oh.
talking to Harris.
I see.
You know, he's a guy with a no frills head, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can
No
see-
frills.
I did
Yeah.
look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Even in this picture that I see.
But a
Yeah. Oh
college
yeah.
swimmer.
Yeah. College
Yeah.
swimmer. Yeah.
It's like
College
if
swimmer.
your Moistrin's right. It's like as if Adam Silver made sweet love to Moby.
Mm.
That's
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Big
He
George,
does have that silverish look to him, doesn't he?
Big George is upset. He's like, I don't want him fired yet. Okay. We'll see after
Yeah,
like
at least.
1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a new texter on the text line. New
Oh, no
texter.
kidding. All right.
Says, first texter alert, Phoenix native. He says, Jordan crushed my childhood dreams and love for the show. Wait, how did he crush your childhood dreams and love for this show?
Hmm.
I wonder if there's supposed to be some punctuation.
Think
First
so?
time texter, Phoenix native. Jordan crushed my childhood dreams
Yes.
and love the show.
Yeah.
Okay, he loves
There
the
it is.
show. Okay.
There it is. Yeah, I think we got it now.
He says
yeah.
nickname, therefore, is Marley for 3. In Al's voice, if possible. I can do Al's voice.
Yeah.
I've never tried to imitate Al McCoy. I
No,
would
you
never
can't.
do such a thing.
You can't imitate the great one.
That's a big fat no on that. But Marley for 3, not as much a nickname as a saying, but that's what you want. I mean, we got a guy who's can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
So I guess you can be Marley for 3. 888-368-1580. Welcome to the show, Marley for 3.
What a great texter name, by the way.
I like that. Yeah.
We need more local Arizona texters on this program. Yeah.
You know what you should do though, Randy? See if you can
What?
find Al McCoy saying Marley for 3. And what you do is I'll say Marley, and then you hit the button and it says for 3. And it's Al McCoy
Ah.
saying the for 3.
Al McCoy, Marley for 3.
Kind of like we do. Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Like that.
Yeah.
Last Optimist says, would have been hilarious if the Suns had hired Tibbs and then traded for Carl Anthony Towns. And then Carl Anthony Towns could got Tibbs fired from 3 coaching jobs.
Mm.
What was the first one? Timberwolves, Knicks. What's the third one? Oh, the Suns. Oh, I'm totally missing. it.
Wow.
That just flew over my
Just
head.
watching not just the wheels turn, but also stop and smoke start coming out. You got to oil that thing, kid.
Dude, that was bad. That was not one of my finest moments.
Uh,
Goodness.
so, of course, we'll make a clip out of it and post it.
I know.
LA
Splash
Kid
water.
says, what if Radio Ron went to Michigan State too? He did, actually.
He did go
He
to
says-
Michigan
Did go to
State.
Michigan State.
Does that mean Radio Ron is friends with Matt Ishbia?
Hmm.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, it couldn't hurt in the future. That's all I'm going to
It
say about that.
should give us an in to be the official home, radio home of the Phoenix Suns, don't you think?
I was trying to be more subtle, Randy. I was trying to be more subtle.
Subtlety has never been my biggest characteristic.
Randy
Yes.
says 6346.
Uh-huh.
This is the guy we haven't given a name to yet.
All
He
right.
keeps telling me he's our guy. 'Cause,
Okay.
like
All
he's a
right.
made man.
He's a made man. All right. Go
Maybe
ahead.
we just call him made man. I don't know.
Made man.
He says,
Okay.
Randy,
Yes.
if you ever need a kidney or another liver, I
Yeah.
know a guy.
A guy.
We can get for you real quick.
Guys.
A
Guy's
guy.
a surgeon.
Guys.
We'll
Yeah.
fix you right up. You may have to go to a warehouse in South Phoenix, but he's good at what he does.
Guys. Yeah. Yeah. A guy. Our guy should be his texter name.
There's some things I would say yes to made man. Probably surgery in a warehouse. is
Oh,
not gonna be
made
one of
man.
them.
Yeah. Well, no, they do it up nice. They do that. No, listen, these guys, they fix it up nice. It's they cordon it off with all that plastic wrap, and then they get all the equipment
Right.
and the stuff in there. Oh yeah.
So if it
no,
goes
it's-
wrong, they just wrap you up in it and throw you in
Yeah.
a landfill.
Oh yeah. Well, see, there it is.
Yeah.
They're about quality, but being efficient at the same time.
I'm gonna pass on the free surgery personally. Ringless Joe says fans always overestimate how long teams' title windows open. Tibbs firing makes sense in that light. The fans see it as a guy who won a lot but couldn't get over the hump. He barely got to see the hump. He wasn't at the hump long enough to fire him.
You know, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
One hump.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I wonder if they looked at this like a Mark Jackson in Golden State situation or a Rick Carlisle in Detroit situation. Remember, they went and hired Larry Brown, 03, 04, they won the championship, Golden State. They were like right there. And then they hired Steve Kerr and they went from a very good team to an elite team. I wonder if New York.
Who do you got that's going to be better than Tibbs? That's going to push you over that hump?
I don't know. I wonder if they're looking at their management here. The management's looking at this here, what they have, and maybe they have a crown jewel, a secret, a diamond in the rough in the head coaching situation that no one knows about, and maybe they have a plan. I don't know.
I mean, look. Let's face it. Tibbs is not the sexiest man in the NBA. I mean, let's face it. Especially with that hair island he's got out there.
Seven strands, no waiting,
and he keeps trying to make it like it actually has hair. Come on, shaved up. Look, if he goes bald headed, instantly he becomes sexy. In my opinion,
you really think so?
Instantly,
because he's pretty shiny head.
He's no longer trying to be a guy with hair. You know what? Just look,
you ain't fooling nobody.
Right. Take and get rid of the hair island, man. It's not working. Cut it off, and then you come back, change your outfit, and then maybe lose I don't know, a dozen pounds or so. Suddenly,
I'm not a fat shaming.
Now teams. Well, you kind of tighten it up a little. Teams are going to be chasing him down. I know he's 67, but dear God, he doesn't look 67. He looks 108 with that hair like that. You know what I mean? Bick it, cut it off, and then come back, change a few things, lose a dozen pounds or so, and then suddenly you become the most wanted man in the NBA.
I had no idea he was 67.
Oh yeah, he's 67.
He's got sort of that like Gremlin from Lord of the Rings look a little bit.
You mean Gollum?
Yeah, well, Gremlin, but Gollum, yeah.
Gremlin?
Gollum.
He's a gremlin.
Like a gremlin.
Is there a gremlin?
Gremlins in there either.
I didn't think the Lord of the Rings had gremlins.
I've never watched them, and I know this.
I mean, you could say it looks like Gollum.
Seen all 6 of them, and there's no gremlins.
Really?
Yeah.
You've been exposed.
Oh yeah.
Again, Harris.
Yeah.
Dang it, man.
Ringless Show says the Knicks organization sees this as a huge fumble right at the finish line. That's they'll probably never get back to.
Well, how do you take a guy that for 5 years has been building for this moment and right on the precipice, you stop it and you change direction? How is this going to help your franchise?
Just a tip, just sent me a picture of everything he's cooked probably for a while and says,
Really?
there's a few of us hairy-chested males who know our way around the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, just because most dudes' shopping carts look like a 5th grader's lunchbox, that doesn't mean we don't know how to do exactly all the same crap you just showed me in the thing.
That's right.
It's just, if you're by yourself, you're like, why bother?
What's stopping you?
Yeah, I'll wait till I got somebody over and then I'll cook like that. He was cooking oysters and bell peppers and homemade ravioli and some sort of, I don't know what the hell that is, stew. But he says, we men who can cook take umbrage to being cast in with the not finished with mommy children.
What?
But don't
you are misunderstanding greatly. I can grill with the best of them. I mean, Randy's the grill master general, but I'm at expert level. I can cook up a dinner that would make your head spin. I have the ability to cook many different things, but my wife, who's just really, really good at it, and she likes to do it healthy. So that's the thing. If I cook all the time, we'd be dead. But she cooks all the time, and we're still here. So don't mistake the instinct of someone to put a bunch of tasty but not healthy food in their basket as not being able to cook. Even Harris can cook breakfast.
Yeah, I did this morning. I had a awesome bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, and see that's the thing.
Fantastic.
I don't like to cook just a couple slices of bacon at a time. He does that.
No.
So no, don't misunderstand. Just the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Donnie says, "Didn't you admit to burning your chicken one time?"
I've done it.
Donnie, who hasn't burnt their chicken at one time or another?
That was really more because I had over-seasoned the grill.
Happens.
I hadn't scraped out the bottom for a while, and well, it ignited. But I learned from that mistake, and I am very careful about it now. But that has nothing to do with being bad at cooking. And even then, half that chicken was still edible. Dimeback Dude says Ralph Romano has crushed my love for this show.
Oh,
Okay. Well, he's not on it right now, but
Yeah,
I
I
guess,
mean,
there's probably something down the dial you can listen to. If you
wow.
want, I
Hmm.
guess.
We're sorry to see you go.
Bye.
Yeah.
This is okay. All right, we're gonna take a break. Tons of texts sitting here on the text line. We got to get caught up on, and then we'll go on to the next thing. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Get our free app and listen to the Daily Blender everywhere you go. Get it today, wherever you get your favorite apps.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-298-9532. 800-298-9532. Again, that's 800-298-9532.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer suggested retail price. Manufacturer suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Diamondback Dude says, oh no, I was just responding to that new texter who said Jordan crushed his love for the show, remember? Oh no, that was I misread that.
Yeah.
So he wasn't serious. He says, you guys need to be on TikTok. That's where Gen Z and Gen Alpha hang out.
This is true. Why?
We don't need to be on there. Do we need to be on there?
Depends what you define by need. It would
What
help.
specifically do we need to do on TikTok?
I think more people, more of my generation would watch
Mhm.
the show, but
Would
at what
they?
cost do you want that?
Would they? And by the way, what's the cost? I don't understand.
Having to deal with.
We don't
with
have
the-
to deal with
Gen Z.
anybody. They listen, we talk. There's just
Well,
there's really
they could text.
well,
they could text all they want to. We
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
to read them.
that's the other thing. If I
That's
get
true.
too annoyed, I'll just
I was
ghost
just, I
them.
was just trying to make sure you guys had all the context here.
You know what
See-
I'll do? Here's what I'll do. You know how to shake a Gen Z? Here's what happened. They text in. I immediately call them right back. And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with a ringing phone? And then
Right.
they'll block us.
Mhm.
And then I don't have to worry about it.
Then we lose listeners that way.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
But
I
what
don't know. Is
listeners?
Gen Z the kind of if somebody called up and says, "Hey, will you put this little device on your belt that listens to everything you listen to on radio?" Will Gen Z wear one of those little things?
Device on your belt? No.
The
that's
way
not a
the
Gen Z
ratings
thing.
are done nowadays is by something called a personal people meter. It's like about the size of a beeper, or it's like a little cell phone, and you have to have that with you everywhere, and it hears everything you hear, and that is how it establishes the ratings. So, you see Gen Z wearing one of these things?
No.
We're not going to be on TikTok. We're not going to be on anything. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
No, that's not a thing for
See?
Gen Z.
Fix that.
Yes.
Walter Mellon says, Harris, please stick to radio or something not super important, like a doctor or an engineer, something like that.
What do you mean?
The way you just timed out right now on that simple little comment was not good.
What do you
I
mean?
don't know
Triple
what
H
he's talking about.
What is he
Triple
talking
H has
about?
been doing a
10
great
minutes
job.
ago.
I don't know what the hell you mean by that. I
Walter
mean,
Mellon.
Talking about
What are you talking about?
Walter Mellon
Yeah.
really has it out for me.
I don't
He
think he
really
does. I think
has it out
he's
for me.
I think he really likes you, and he's just trying to get under your skin because
Oh,
that's what the
possibly.
fourth dimension does.
Playing hard to get. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I don't
Ray.
think
They
he's
want-
trying
they
to
want-
sleep with you.
What kind of
Playing hard to get.
moxie does this kid have? You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
What kind of moxie does this kid have?
Yep. How tough is he? Truly,
Mm,
it's a test.
Tough.
It's
Yeah.
a test.
Scratch Me Because says, tell Harris that the movie with the gremlins in it is called Gremlins.
So,
Yeah,
Lord
yeah.
of the Rings,
Yeah.
they're often they're not gremlins, but people will call them
What
gremlins
people?
because they look
You're
like
the
gremlins.
only person we've heard call anybody
Here's
that.
what I said.
I think
said,
he's talking about the orcs.
I said Tibbs has a
Orcs.
gremlin look like Lord of the Rings. They're not gremlins, but they look like
I don't
gremlins.
what
think.
are they?
That's
now
what I'm
see-
saying.
Are you talking about
Now
the
see-
orcs?
Lord of the Rings.
Not even
Mi-
close.
Miss Kim needs to text the show and
Miss
clear
Kim's
this
gonna
up
beat your ass.
because Miss
Miss
Kim,
Kim would never.
she
that to me.
is
Oh, she would.
she is the Daily Blender authority when it comes to Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Thank God
dang it,
we
I didn't know
have
we had
one.
this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big George says, Jeffrey, your wife is Spanish. They are amazing cooks. Enough said. Well, that's true, if not a little racist. Thanks. Wilbur says, Harris, do you make French toast? And if so, what's your secret?
Do I make French toast? Typically, no. I do not. I feel like I should.
I make French toast.
I should make French
And here's
toast.
what you do. You just make sure you have some fresh cinnamon to put in there, and then
Uh-huh.
make sure you got a little splash of milk into the egg mix to help fluff it up a little bit there. But why does anybody need a secret, Wilbur?
Yeah.
Dimeback dude, thank you for that. Ringless Joe says, Ralph says he's not a bandwagon fan, but I vividly remember him going to the Rams-Vikings playoff game to root for the Rams, who are divisional rivals of his
Yes.
supposed favorite football team, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I've heard of people having two teams, but two teams in the same division is insane.
Yeah, that
You're
is
not
kind
wrong.
of insane. He's not wrong. That's a point.
Hefty Lefty says, does Gen Z own a belt? You mean like between all of them? I'm sure one of them has a belt they can pass around.
Maybe one.
Is that a thing with Gen Z? They don't wear belts?
We don't wear belts. Yeah, that's the thing.
You will
Why?
eventually.
Yeah, I don't
Why
know.
would you not wear belts?
I
Once your
guess-
metabolisms catch up with you, you'll wear a belt.
Is it because you wear those what do you call those the skinny jeans?
Oh, the skinny. I can't stand those stupid. So skinny jeans suck. Respectfully, but no,
Because
a lot
they're
of people
just
that wear
jeans.
belts.
Mm,
They're just like
Harris is like, all
Yeah.
jeans are just jeans for me.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
LA Kid says, I'm
much.
considered Gen Z,
not gonna lie.
and I've worn the people meter before. Really?
You have really.
Okay.
Good for you.
Okay.
Okay, that's well. Now we have to get on TikTok. God,
Were you listening to us at the time? I mean, I hope.
boy,
Huh?
really hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a rarity.
If you
never
see
get that,
somebody
Gen
with
Z.
one, grab it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't steal it unless you make sure the radio is always on to 1580 Fanatic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Genius.
Cardinal Art says, see, Randy, Jeffco, this is why I said Triple H, stick to the script. TikTok, pour me a shot of your finest whiskey, Randy.
Mm.
I still don't get it.
I don't get it.
Just the Tip says, isn't that personal monitor electronic device called a phone?
No.
It could, you know what? That's the thing. I think that is the next step. Because the math is so bad when it comes to the way they do the ratings. They
Mhm.
take
Really?
like 1,000 people in a 4.5 million person area, and they're like, well, this sounds like good math. But if they made it an app that was, if they said, okay, Harris, we're going to put an app on your phone. It's always going to listen to the radio you listen to. We're not listening to your conversations. We're not Elon Musk. And but your phone is going to pay attention to the things you listen to, and we're going to pay you a little bit of money. Then you'd say yes, because it's easy.
Yeah.
You already have the phone. That's what it is. These guys got to get an app that works on a phone, and then maybe the math can start to make sense.
Oh,
Anyway.
Harris, you need to sit down with Jeffrey someday, because he understands this this ratings thing that they do.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about it on radio, but I just did.
Radio
and-
Ron may have another stain on his
He's
shirt.
probably having an aneurysm as we speak.
he can explain it in a way anyone can understand. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
He's
the way things
tremendous
are,
at
the
that.
fix is in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the tip says Ralph pays his bets, though. He says his stuff. He's not completely discussing human being.
Mm-hmm.
No, if he was completely discussing human being, I wouldn't be friends with him.
Yeah, I rock with Ralph.
Excuse me. Make it so damn awkward.
I'm sorry. I think
I
Ralph
rock with Ralph.
I think Ralph is cool. I think he's at first I thought he didn't exist, which there was some validity to that, by the way.
There's zero
I would
validity
just
to
hear
it.
I heard a lot about him and never just saw him for months. And
Not
then
any validity.
after that I
whatsoever.
realized that he did exist and he was
Yeah.
actually kind of cool.
Quiet Cannon says, don't worry, Triple H. Even bad publicity is good. Keeps you on the edge. Walter Mellon says, 3 times the coach got fired. Yeah, Walter Mellon, we're already past that. Harris said a dumb thing. He realized he said a dumb thing. Felt dumb about the dumb thing. Yeah, give the kid a break.
Oh yeah, I see what he said. Yeah, sorry, Walter Mellon.
Leave it to me to remind him about the dumb thing.
Yep. He does it well.
Mr. Roboto says, here's the sum total of Fanatic text line if you open it up to TikTok. You mid-Rizzlers need to up your drip. Hashtag skibbity sus.
Who texted that?
What in the hell was that?
Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto, I love it. They have no idea what you're talking about, but I know
What
everything
in the-
that you just
Well, they're
said.
saying I don't even have to look it up. I think Mid
have
Rizzlers is
to.
probably calling us middle aged, and he probably said your drip is what you're wearing. So what he's saying is we need to dress nicer,
You know what?
right? Am I right?
Sure. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I think with these things,
You wish your
sometimes
job would let you wear a T-shirt all the time.
you lose
Right.
critical time when you try to make sense of this stuff. You can't get those hours or minutes back, and so
No,
I've
you
just
can't.
accepted to not. Yeah, and it makes it pretty funny.
Lost Toby says Harris definitely makes grilled cheeses.
I made a grilled cheese last
Who
night.
doesn't? Who
Yeah.
doesn't?
What's wrong with that? Grilled cheeses are awesome, man. Love grilled cheeses.
Moist One is confused by this whole Gen Z not having a belt thing. Says,
Really?
how else can a lonely man choke himself if he doesn't have a belt?
Dang. No comment.
Ringless Joe says, there's a big difference between wanting a team to win and being a fan. I wanted the Pacers and Thunder to win because the Knicks fan base is insufferable and tired of the Ant-Man praise whenever he's never won anything.
The Knicks fan base is great for basketball. Basketball is better when the Knicks are in the middle of it.
Cardinal Art says, Triple H, my 89-year-old neighbor asked if you know how to walk and chew gum at the same time.
Wow.
And he loves the show, Randy and Jeffco.
If I know how
89. Wow.
walk and chew
89.
gum,
Wow.
I can do that. I have a lot of history of doing that. Thank you.
Tell
for
him
asking.
thank you for your service in the Civil War. Appreciate
Yes.
it.
Oh,
See, I don't just
Boo.
beat up on the young. I beat
No.
up on everyone.
Yep.
He's an equal opportunity beater upper.
Yep.
Yeah.
LA Kid says, this was back in LA when I had the people meter thing. He
Ah,
says,
yeah,
if I get
well.
another one, I'll keep it on 1580 to help
Hey,
you guys out.
thank
Just
you.
keep it honest. If you're listening
Thank
to
you.
anything, just leave it on and make it honest.
Thank you.
Mr. Roboto says, I had to look up that pretty much.
What?
I cheated with Gin Alpha Cliff Notes. Oh, you mid-Rizzlers need to up your drip. Hashtag skibbity sus. He says, what Moist One said earlier, that was that drip was Sigma Riz.
Oh yeah.
Is that a some sort of a sorority or
That's
something?
usually what people
no
say
idea.
to describe me.
One of those Greek houses?
Sigma Riz. Oh my gosh, look, it's a Sigma Rizzler.
Donnie
It's usually
says,
when I walk in the room.
what's your Venmo? What is your Venmo?
Is he yelling?
Do you want me to put
Yes,
it?
it's all caps.
Do you want me to say it, or do I just?
Would you just find him on Twitter already?
Yeah, I can give you my Venmo.
Mm.
Could.
Hefty Lefty thinks when I read that Mr. Roboto launched a bioweapon somewhere. I'm sure that's exactly what that was, a trigger. Kiss the Cook says, who the F is Jordan Ott? What a way to get your players to buy in by giving them a soccer dad as their new coach.
I don't
Hopefully
know that
his
he's a soccer dad.
PTO cookies are good.
I don't know that he's a soccer
I
dad.
don't know if he's a soccer dad either.
I think he's more of a collegiate swimmer.
I'd love to be a soccer dad one day. It's not an insult.
He looks like the guy that stares you from across the bar and makes you uncomfortable enough to leave.
Yeah. He's the guy that goes to a bar on a Sunday night and just sits there and stares at people.
Donnie, we're not explaining it again. If you want to know what's going on with Randy's hat, you have to rewind to the beginning of this hour.
Mhm.
Hour 2 is next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Get Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot with free delivery and up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $450 off select appliances like Whirlpool. Store dinners and keep your coolers iced for sports practice with the large storage and ice capacity of a Whirlpool refrigerator from the Home Depot. Celebrate Memorial Day with savings on select appliances right now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid May 15th through June 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why? It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you could put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke. Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
2025 NASCAR Championship Weekend.
October 31st through November 2nd. Experience the thrill of NASCAR racing at Phoenix Raceway. October 31st, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. November 1st, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. And it all culminates with the NASCAR Cup Series Championship on Sunday, November 2nd. This event will sell out.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com for more.
Don't miss the NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway.
Get your tickets now.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got here is Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. LA Kid wants to know if Donnie wants everybody's Venmo.
No,
No, I think
you
it's
find
just
him on
Harris.
Twitter. Go ahead and give it to him.
Just me.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
me. Very satisfying Venmo from Donnie. I will take. Let me just say that. Jeffrey, we'll enjoy that pizza. I'll be sharing a couple slices with you.
I hope so, because I like me some pizza.
Yep.
Just the Tip says Donnie is easy to want to block. I don't block him because I like to believe there's someone more crazier than me, and he proves it. Yeah,
Donnie,
we aren't blocking him yet.
No, Donnie's just
troll.
yeah. Look, he has this is his personality, and he's learning lessons as we go along here. I think it's our duty, duty. It's our responsibility to bring Donnie along. He's a young man. We have to bring him along. And
our responsibility to do jack squat.
What?
Nobody's responsibility to bring anybody. Here's the thing: Donnie is an insufferable troll, and he's a total hypocrite. But what he's not racist.
No,
and he's not needlessly abusive. Everything comes with a tinge of just trying to call you on your own stuff or something to do with sports.
Well, that's what I mean.
He's not evil. The moment he crosses that, then I'll get rid of him.
I don't think
there is a level of insufferable that I will finally say, okay, enough. Click.
I don't
He
think
hasn't reached that yet.
Donnie doesn't have an evil bone in his body. I think he just is all good natured.
Moist One says, "Would you like one?"
Moist
He's
One.
got an evil bone to put.
Don't
in your
you,
body.
Moist One? Don't you go to Montana sometime soon?
Well, I just made up that he said that.
Is Moist One Gen Z?
Oh, then never mind, Moist One. I was talking to Jeffrey, not you.
Is it time that I go to Montana? Okay.
No.
I'll go to Montana.
No, I said Moist One, not you.
Oh, can I go to Montana?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, only if you come back within a period of time, like 2 weeks.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to put these sorts of restrictions on me.
No, I think I have to, because the last time you tried to go away, you didn't want to come back at all. I had to talk you back. You remember, Ron and I had to get on the phone with you and said, "No, Jeffrey, you still have to come back."
That was actually the other way around when you took off and were claiming to be at weather conferences all the time.
I was at weather conferences, and I
no proof. I never produced any proof of any of these things.
Working at I turned
on
in all the
company
receipts.
credit card. Just
I turned,
wandering around the country claiming to be going to some weather conferences.
I can't
and
help
bringing
it.
up a giant bill, but yet no proof of any actual conferences.
Ongoing
have you
education.
produced.
No. I think you
We're
guys
still waiting.
Mm-hmm. And those you keep standing by. Those reports will be right in. Mm-hmm.
It's been 3 years, Randy.
Has it been that long?
3 years.
Time flies.
Bruno Baller says, Randy sounds like there'll be NASCAR race under the lights on Halloween.
Oh yeah, they'll be racing out at Phoenix Raceway. That is the listen. You better take advantage of this the last year because next year they're moving on to Miami for some reason. They want to go to that dilapidated, outdated swampland piece of property out there instead of the beautiful jewel in the desert, the shining greatest NASCAR track of them all, repaved, remodeled, state of the art, everything. But no, they want to go to that alligator infested sinkhole that they had there in Miami for some reason. I don't know why. Better get out there this year. This is the last time it's going to be here for the foreseeable future.
Hey, I got a bone to pick with Harris.
Uh-oh.
And anyone else who's made this suggestion. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. And Harris is like, "Oh, you should go to the Grand Canyon." I'm like, "Why? I don't got to go to it." And you, even Randy, have said, "Oh, you should get to the Grand Canyon." And even for the point where I was thinking, "Yeah, okay, maybe we should drive up there, honey, and we should go ahead and get a hotel and stay at the Grand Canyon." And then I see this today, the headline: "Hikers stranded in Grand Canyon due to flash flooding." You trying to kill me?
No, not us. No, Jeffrey, no.
Jeffrey, we're not.
Guess who's not going to get stuck in a flash flood?
You.
This guy. Because I'm not going. Nobody said anything about flash flooding. It's here's the thing. How do you flood a giant Grand Canyon?
Whoa, I think it means outside the Grand Canyon.
No, it says in Grand Canyon.
I think it means
strong storms, heavy rain, flash flooding, stranded some hikers in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're like, we can't get you out, but you better find some high ground.
Are you going to be hiking the
Straight
Grand
up the
Canyon,
cliff?
or are you just going to be overlooking the beautiful one of the greatest wonders of the world? Are you
Hey.
planning? Are you and Alex planning on hiking the Great Canyon?
At this point, my ass is on the couch. I'll just be watching some TV here.
Oh no, you should
not
go
going.
and experience the
Trying-
canyon. No.
kill me.
Bring your
Look,
couch to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Put
you,
that
Randy.
in the.
That is the most southern redneck thing you've ever said.
There's going to be a lot more.
Bring your couch to the Grand Canyon. Then
Yeah.
leave it there.
Just wait till
Yeah.
college football season. There'll be a lot more that
Yeah.
comes out of me. Yep.
I ain't going to the Grand Canyon if there's
Oh,
flash
it's
flooding.
in the words of Ron Swanson, there are only two acceptable places for a man to cry: funerals and the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
I have yet to do either. Quiet
I've done
Cannon
both.
says we visited the Grand Canyon in July, got snowed on. You never know about the weather out there.
Yeah,
Only Randy can predict the weather at the Grand Canyon.
Randy can
Oh
predict
yeah,
the
you
weather.
check in with me. Yeah.
No, I'm not going.
I'm going to
Look,
text
Jeff,
Randy.
go. You don't have to go down in the damn hole. You just want to go look at the hole. That's what it's beautiful. It is awe-inspiring. It's fantastic. And you don't have to take the hike down there. Some people go down with like mules and donkeys and things like. You don't have to do that. No.
Although you could get a horse trailer if you wanted to bring your mule or donkey. You could.
He doesn't have a mule or a donkey. He has a what do you call those? A kangaroo.
Oh, those things are violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Schrock is his name, and he stays with Boogie. Boogie and I share custody of this kangaroo, which we thought was a great idea to begin with, and then he started tearing up furniture, and I'm like, he needs to stay with you, Boogie,
They
you
can get
and your
cranky.
kids, so, and I haven't seen him in a while, but that's one kangaroo is enough. Let's just
Well,
say.
Schrock is getting older now. I'm sure that's why we don't hear from Boogie on a regular basis, because he's
very
he's
busy or has been murdered
inundated
by Schrock.
I don't think murdered. Boogie can handle his own, but inundated with the responsibilities with Schrock the kangaroo.
Hefty Lefty says 100 Shrocks versus one gorilla. Oh, the gorilla could not stand a chance against 100 kangaroos, man.
No.
Just the Tip says, just stay in the teepees outside the entrance there. Amazing experience. Go to the big hotel, get a beat Buffalo Trace and enjoy.
Oh. See, go to the hotel.
I could just
Jeffco.
drink the Buffalo Trace I have
and
downstairs.
Sit
I
out
just
on the
stay
patio
right
there
here.
in the evening, during the golden hour. You know what the golden, just before that sun, it goes down below the horizon there, just in the golden hour, you and the love of your life, sitting out there, you both have a beverage or six and enjoy what God created in this giant hole in the ground.
Giant hole. Yep. Exactly.
It's all
I
inspired.
think
You don't
they
have
should-
to hike it though.
They should just make it a landfill.
Why?
Keep
Why
the
would you?
streets clean.
Why would you? Oh my
Stop
God!
it. Oh,
the
that's
Grand
such a terrible-
Canyon?
No.
Oh no!
No.
You'll never run out
No.
of space.
No.
No, stop it. I don't want to hear
just
that.
need to see
That's terrible.
a long trail of trash trucks just
Oh,
dumping
we
it.
already have enough parking
see,
lots and
I
buildings.
never go to the Grand Canyon, but man, I got landfills, being put in close by.
Oh my!
Clearly,
gosh.
Triple H.
more
It's
important.
clearly he's never been there. He would not say
who's
these
to
kind
say
of horrible, hateful things about one of the great wonders of the,
All I
of
know
the
is
world.
Horrible
a
things.
lot of trash, got a big hole.
Mm.
Put it
Who's
in
to
the hole.
say you even
No.
need a hotel? By the way, to go to the Grand Canyon, I have.
Oh, you
I
don't
got a
want to?
tent.
No, you stay at the hotel.
I don't need to hear about Harris pitching a tent.
Depends on
You-
the
oh.
depends on the month. I mean, Jeffrey, we can
Harris, look,
gather
you're a
around
younger
and
man. We don't pitch tents quite like we
We
used
can
to.
sing a campfire song, and we can get a
Yeah,
fire.
no,
Oh,
going.
no.
Harris,
We
there's
can
no
sit
we. There is no we.
Are
in
you
this.
going with Jeffrey to
Not
the?
a
Oh,
chance in
possibly.
hell.
there. Possibly.
Last Optimist says, I heard no lies in Randy's description of Miami. And Lance Toby says, was that the time Randy punched a dolphin in Mexico? We're not allowed to talk
You
about
punched
that.
a dolphin.
We are not allowed to talk about that.
Dolphins are so
Ongoing
cool.
situation.
Scratch Me Because says, Blender's donkey name is Ralph. Hefty Lefty says, kangaroos may be mean, but their hide is the best leather to use for soccer cleats.
Oh boy.
King of Kitten says, beer money can be sent to my Wells Fargo on Zelle, and the number is Beer Me, Rando.
Yeah. There you go.
Kiss the Cook wanted to know what time the Diamondbacks were playing, but I didn't get to it fast enough. He says, never mind, found it. Well, now. It's happening now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not happening now. It's a rain delay. There is a rain delay.
That's what happens in Atlanta.
It rains a lot. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, gosh. Why don't we have a dome when we want to play these games?
You don't need a dome, Randy. Baseball is meant to be an outdoor sport.
Rainouts, rain delays. Are you kidding me?
No.
Quiet Canyon, yes. It is the Colorado River at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, that's just a small part of the bottom of the canyon. There's still enough area to make it a good landfall.
Oh, no,
Or
don't.
you could just pipe it. Just
Oh,
put it
no.
in let it go through a pipe.
No.
Bury it
Jeffrey.
with trash.
Jeffrey, no. It's so majestic. You would change your tune if you were able to go and take it. I'm going to call Alex and Kim and I are going to persuade her into taking you to the Grand Canyon.
Yep. Well said, Randy.
You probably take me that
Good
glass
luck on
bridge and push me off.
It's beautiful. It'll change your perspective, Jeffrey.
Hey, I got something to distract you idiots. McDonald's snack wrap is coming back.
What's
snack
wrap?
Wrap?
I thought people loved that thing.
I never heard of it.
Oh. Well, I just keep seeing people posting about it saying, when's the snack wrap coming back? And, McDonald's saw these posts too, and they're bringing them back July 10th. So you get the little chicken snack wrap thingies, whatever. Seriously?
Well,
okay. I thought you guys would know about this. I've never had one.
You got these chicken tender things that they have now with 47 different dipping sauces, apparently. And this is supposed to be the hot item. And now you're saying they're coming out with a new snack wrap?
The second coming of the snack wrap will be available with spicy or ranch. Don't know how much it'll cost, but since it's 2025 and not 2006, probably be a chunk. I don't know.
At least $20.
McDonald's needs to bring back their Cinemelts. Those things were
McDonald's
so
needs to lower their prices, is what McDonald's needs
Everyone
to do.
needs to lower
We
their
just
prices.
need to not go to McDonald's and maybe try to get some healthier food in us.
Yeah, I don't
Except
go to
for
McDonald's
the
anymore.
Cinemelts were so good. I haven't eaten there like barely since they got rid of their Cinemelts. I'm protesting.
You don't go to McDonald's because they don't have the Cinemelt.
That's part of the reason. The other reason is, like you said, it's extremely unhealthy. But I go occasionally, but not very often.
Just a Tip says need to have the Enchilito from Taco Bell come back. Oh, I never had the Enchilito.
Never had it.
Oh, the Enchilito. I remember that. Let me look this up here. Enchilito.
Hefty Lefty always preferred the KFC Twister over the snack wraps.
Never heard of that either.
Nope.
KFC Twister.
Now we're going to start to gauge how old
Haven't
everybody
heard of
is
it.
by their
Let's see here.
orders.
Yeah.
The Enchilito, the Taco Bell Enchilito looks like it was some sort of a burrito. It smothered with red sauce, and then on top of it, melted cheese with black olives.
I don't like black olives.
You don't? Oh, I like black olives.
I'm not Greek. LA Kid says, Jeffrey, the Grand Canyon is overrated. You do not need to go
What?
there.
Who
You go to
said this?
Disneyland, ride the railroad, travel to the Grand Canyon for a lot less hassle. Plus, you get to see some dinosaurs and dead presidents.
Oh my God!
You know
Are
what's cool
kidding me?
about the Grand Canyon? Not having to deal with Disney
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah.
You just have
Yes.
nature.
If I don't want to deal with people, you know what I do? I learned this. I have when I bought the shock collar for the dogs, which by the way, I don't use the shock setting. I only use the vibration because I'm not a cruel bastard. But I put the collar on and I looked at them like, that looks like something I've seen on TV. So then I took it came two in a box. So I grabbed the second one and I put it around my ankle. So anytime I walk outside, the neighbors think I have an ankle bracelet on. Nobody talks to me. I just walk around, do whatever I want with the front yard, checking the sprinklers, and I got this thing on my ankle, and they're like, "Oh my God, don't talk to him."
Oh, that's genius! Wow.
Mr. Roboto says more like snack wrap. That's me eating up so-called rap players because my rap name is Butterfinger. Mr. Roboto, I think Mr. Roboto is a better rap name than Butterfinger. He says, I'm always dropping the beats. Actually, the alphas call me Mighty Mid.
Mighty Mid?
I can't tell if Mr. Roboto is like legit Gen Z or if
He's
he's
copying
just,
and
like, looking
pasting.
this up. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, but
It's
whatever
funny.
he's doing, I'm here for it.
I'm here for
he's-
it.
He's doing great.
Why
Whatever
don't we
he's
have a
doing.
texter named Butterfinger?
Whatever he's doing,
Butterfinger.
man.
Where's
Mr.
that new
Roboto, I'm
texter
in.
from earlier?
I thought I had a Butterfinger on here. Let me look at the list. I have so many.
That's
yeah,
way better than Marley for 3.
I have it right here. Butterfinger. Yeah, right here.
Way better than Marley for 3. You might want to consider that. Fish Tank says, everybody, you need to know this. Write this down. Have it tattooed. Tell a friend. Have it, I don't know, subliminally messaged into your cranium. But Light Sleeper is playing this Friday at the Blues, BLOOZE, at 32nd Street in Cactus. $10 cover, and we play at 10. So let's all have a beer. There you go.
When is this?
Friday, and they play at 10 p.m.
No, I
so
can't.
you have time to go down there, have a few drinks, hang out, and then watch the show.
Past
I can't,
Randy's
Brad.
bedtime.
I know. I have actually. If you must know, Triple H. I go to bed whenever the hell I want to
You
because
realize we're from the generation
7
that will
p.m.
kick everyone's ass forever.
I'm a man. Number two, my daughter and grandson are flying in from the great state of Indiana, and all of my kids that are here in Phoenix are coming over to my house.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so there you go, Triple H.
Dang it, Randy. Now I feel bad.
You should.
Oh, man.
Our Italian friend says,
"Yeah,
I don't know. I don't want to be called Butterfinger. I didn't
No.
mean you." He says
Made
that's
man.
a liability in my line of work.
That's
Capiche?
he's a made man. That's made man.
Yeah, you're a made man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to be called made man. Then people think he's like the room service. Like, no, not that kind of maid. Room service.
Oh.
So,
By the way, that was spot on, Jeff. Go.
That was spot on.
service. Random texter says Taco Bell needs to bring back their whole old school menu back. I do
What do you
like a
mean?
nice tostada. That's a nice thing.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Never had it.
Lost Toby says the Chizza from KFC was it.
The Chizza?
He's making me say words.
Yeah.
I think that's a
KFC.
thing.
No.
I never had
Just a
that
tip
either.
says Blues is a great dive bar. Been there forever. See you, the fish. Well, he's not the fish. It's Fish Tank.
Yeah.
The fish.
See the fish.
Mr. Roboto says, but Harris is the judge. I'm deaf mid-riz, 57 years old.
Wow.
Roboto, I'm begging you to stop.
He's
I'm begging
57.
you to please talk normal again.
You know what, Mr. Roboto? I think you're ridiculous, Jack. And
Oh,
you
see,
just
now
keep
that's-
going with
we
you.
knew that there was only
That
a
is
matter of
sweet.
time before that
And,
started.
A complete, total. Listen, Roboto, you're the man. You and I, we think alike. We are older, but we have that younger soul, don't we?
That's right.
Really,
Mr.
don't
Roboto,
see
I think what you're doing right now is super Sigma. Just
The
saying.
Last Optimist says, I never understood the popularity of the McRib. One of our super cheap childhood foods was the processed meat, barbecue flavored, pressed into a rib shaped frozen burger. She
Yeah.
bought them in boxes of 48. We got tired of them pretty quickly.
Yeah, the McRib. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Roboto says, I did read your text. Oh, he says, no, read the. Oh, wait, I got to scroll up. Yeah, just because I don't get you right away, Roboto doesn't. Well, you don't tell me what to do. He's like, read my text. He says, mid equals mediocre, Randy. That's what mid is.
Yeah.
So he called me mid?
Yeah. He says, but your laugh is Sigma Riz.
He's right. It is pretty Sigma Riz. I mean, when I first heard Randy's laugh in my interview process, I was like, that's Sigma Riz. That's the definition right there.
I don't know why.
6346. No, Fish Tank is not. He's a good Irish boy. And he says, does that fish tank help people sleep with the fishes? We could use a guy like that on my crew. No.
Guys. Yeah.
He's in a band. He's a musician. You don't want him on your crew. And he's Irish, so you won't get along with him. Quiet Cannon says, a good texture nickname for the Italian guy. How about forget about it?
Forget about it. Yeah.
T-Licious says, whoever said KFC is good, you must like mutant chicken. KFC is the in and out of chicken. Total crap.
See, it used to be really good. I mean, back in the day, like way back in the day, used to be really good, but boy, it has really fallen off the wagon.
It has lost some steam. Yeah, like White Castle, kind of, back in the day.
It was never good.
Like that.
White Castle was never good.
White Castle
Never.
was good.
Oh, my
man.
God, no.
What?
Oh,
My mom loves White Castle.
I'm
Used
sorry.
To. Used to.
Hefty Lefty says, Mr. Roboto is ready for welcome week at ASU. Go to El Jefe on Mill and spit that Riz.
Yeah. Spit it like
Yeah.
fire,
Yeah.
Jack. Yeah.
Just the Tip says, if I were sober, I couldn't get named straight. Couple of beers after a round, I can't be expected. Makes sense. I don't know what
True.
everybody else's excuse is, but yes.
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, I think Mr. Roboto has gone haywire. Yeah, we need to do a factory reset on Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking a break. Let's come back and talk about stuff. We got NBA, we got hockey, we got stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
All systems go.
Listen to our live stream on your phone at 1580thefanatic.com.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
It's summer, time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Sometimes it's okay to think you know, but when it comes to the right car seat for your child's age and size, don't just think. No. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Rich Eisen Show. The Knicks are now in an off season where you got to wonder, even with all their maneuvers, even with Cat coming and playing very well throughout the season, even with Bridges coming and trading all of those picks, even with all of that, they're still not good enough. And you got to sit here and wonder if Tatum didn't blow out his Achilles, would they have been good enough to hold off the Celtics in the second round?
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. So 6346. Come on, man. Come up with a good textured nickname. I ain't gonna tell you your business. You know what I'm saying? They hate when you tell them their business, Randy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't tell me about my business.
Yeah, don't tell me about my business.
But 6346 says we've modernized lately. We get along with the Irish. It's the Russians and the Chinese we feud with now. Well, yeah, okay, but please do me a personal favor and let's leave Fish Tank alone. I'd appreciate that. And come up with a texture nickname, would you? Hefty Lefty says, Mr. Roboto is what I'm imagining Belichick sounds like when he's trying to talk to his new lady pal.
I was thinking about that
Who,
actually.
by the way, yeah, there's people saying that his inner circle is really worried about Jordan's influence on him. And I know that, people are kind of going back and forth saying, oh, it's just hatchet journalism and stuff, but it's relevant because, he's the head coach of a major college football team. And he used to be the man when it came to the NFL. And now all of a sudden things are looking kind of wonky. And there's a person who's now in the mix that probably has a bit to do with it. So I think it's fair. I think it's fair for people to go, hey, what's going on with that?
Yeah.
It's like nobody made up that interview that went bonkers when she started interrupting. Nobody's making these things up.
It is one of the weirdest situations I've ever seen.
But is it any of our business? I don't know.
I don't think it really, I don't think it really is, but it's all just so public. Like
If
it's
she
all
brings him down, he goes down, but he probably looks like he's going down smiling.
Like it's,
Yeah,
it shouldn't be, but it's just out there, whether we like it or not. It's one of those things.
Well, whatever the case, people still talking about Bill Belichick. So I guess in that case, if it's PR, it's working. Fighting Wampa says, this is going to be totally off subject. All right, Ringless Joe. He says, but did you guys see the video of that high schooler who somersaulted to the finish line? It's amazing. Yeah, this gal was running a race and she kind of stumbled a little bit over the last hurdle. And so as she went down, she kind of went roly-poly, but she was in the lead and won the damn thing.
No kidding.
Somersaulting across the finish line.
Wow, good for her.
Holy crap, that's crazy.
Buffalo Mike says, Bill and Jordan's relationship is fine. Sincerely, Anna Nicole Smith. Okay, let me explain this to Harris. Anna Nicole Smith.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
She was a busty blonde model from the 90s and 2000s, and she married an 89-year-old man.
Yeah.
And he died, and she got the money, and the family fought over it. Just
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Roboto says, guys, this is the most popular I've been since my 1980 claim to fame, being one of the OG viewers of the Al Michaels Miracle on Ice broadcast. I think some of you biatches are just jelly. P.S. The Italian guy's handle could be, hey, I'm working here. No, that's not bad.
I love it, Mr. Roboto. Love it.
I just don't know if I like sayings being text or nicknames. A
Yeah.
nickname's a
Yeah.
nickname. It's not a saying. You don't see a guy in the street
Yeah.
and say, hey, what's going on? I'm working here. You say, hey, what's up, Tiny? What's up, Shorty? What's up, Slim? What's up, Fats? That kind of thing.
There's some sayings like scratch me because. Is that a saying?
Yeah, I don't care for
Not
it, to be
really.
honest.
Yeah.
T-Licious just sent me a copy of Madden 26 cover, and it's just basically Belichick with his girlfriend up on his feet on the beach. That's good.
Oh, that's funny.
Moist One
That's
says,
funny.
call him the situation.
Mm.
Isn't that one of those boneheads from the Jersey Shore, though? I don't think he wants to be called after a bonehead. Listen, this Italian fella is going to figure it out, and then he'll let me know. I'll whatever he wants it to be is fine by me.
I still think a made man is a brilliant texter name.
Well, that's why I said a made man, but he has not responded to it. So
It's better than man-made. You'd rather be made man than man-made. So I like it. Because if you're man-made, that just says you're a maid.
No,
But if you're made man,
like a man-made
you're a
lake.
made man.
Harris, stop thinking for a minute. Unless you stand up, or you're going to get a tumor.
I'm pretty good at that.
You gotta release some of that pressure from your brain that you're sitting on.
I'm pretty good at that. not thinking.
Tumor.
Well, 63-46. So tread carefully, Randy. He wants some suggestions. He says, "Hey, I hear Randy White has some mean names. Mean?
I have mean names. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
okay, go ahead. What do you think will fit this guy?
Guy. I don't. I still like a made man. Okay. So we've got Aqua Velva. We've got Shaved Ice. It's all the way you say it, though, I think. Let's see here. Pickled pepper, pickled pickle. Easy for me to say.
Why don't we just call him Valachi? Oh, what do we call him? Donnie Brasco.
That was the boyfriend, wasn't it? Donnie. Wasn't that the boyfriend? Why do I know that name?
We call him Hoodlum. I know. I just looked up a bunch of mob movies. I'll be honest. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't have anything that's really cool like that, you know. There's Randy's Big Meat, the Bedanger.
Bedanger is pretty good.
Bedanger's pretty good. But Box Springs.
Did Bedanger mean anything?
I don't think so.
It did mean. It was like my Bedanger.
Yeah, my Bedanger.
That was a euphemism for a penis.
The Steel Brow, the GM. The GM might be a good one for him.
Bedanger. Oh, yeah. Here. Let's see.
Crunk, Stoned Again, God Handles, Angry Eyes. What?
I'm trying to find the name of Robert De Niro's character and analyze this.
Oh.
What's the name of his character? Forgot. Paul Vitti.
Hey, Paul Vitti.
Amaya D. The Fonz wasn't a mafioso.
No.
Moist one says, call him Whitey's Bulger. Call him Ipso Fatso.
Well done.
Fighting Wampa says, how about the Big Ragu? Swave Dave says, how about the Fixer? Beer Bob still likes, forget about it.
They could call him the boss.
No scratch me because you cannot have the nickname Slobodan Mabalzic. We've already gone through this.
Yeah,
Radio Ron has already said no.
Yeah. Sort of an ongoing thing with you.
Yeah. It is ongoing.
Let it go.
What about Barry McCockner? Is that not allowed?
No, that is absolutely not.
Not allowed.
Triple H.
Wow. Moist one says the Equalizer.
The Equalizer.
But then in our heads, we'll always think of him like Queen Latifah.
Yeah, well, but he wasn't. She wasn't the first Equalizer. It wasn't it. The actor. What's his name?
I know, right? He was.
He's right at the tip of my. Wait, now I have to look it up. This is going to drive me crazy.
Oh, I got it. I'm already on it.
Equalizer was
the original Equalizer was Edward Woodward.
No.
That was his name, Edward Woodward. What do you just tell me? No, that's the actor's name, Edward Woodward.
Yes, I get it. But Denzel Washington did the Equalizer too.
Original?
He's not the original. No, but he was before Queen Latifah. Yeah, Denzel Washington. The Equalizer. That's a good one. I like that. The Equalizer.
Let's just call him Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
T-Licious says Ken Wall. No. Let's let him simmer on some of the ideas that have flown his way.
All right.
Swave Dave says, to keep it friendly, how about the God Papa? Instead of the Godfather, the God Papa. Moist one says Benoit.
I don't really get that one.
Benoit?
No, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So we probably said something filthy. I don't know. So can I just say I dislike this so much. An Indiana Pacers fan got a tattoo of Tyrese Halliburton doing the choke celebration. And I just feel like if you're going to put ink on your body, that's the picture you want.
Well, apparently. I mean, the guy paid good money to have it done.
It's a really well done tattoo.
It's not too bad. No, it is not too badly done, but it's like you want this for the rest of your life. A dude who's like doing the choke thing, like Reggie Miller.
What happens when you're in your 70s and 80s?
Well, at that point, his chin is down here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it then. Yeah.
And everything sags. I saw this World War II vet, and he had I'm like, what is that tattoo? He's like, it was a battleship. I'm like, it looks like a paper clip now. It's all weird and just sagging all the way down there.
Oh, poor
maybe
guy.
maybe don't wear the tank top anymore.
I see these people, although a lot of the work that they have done, those sleeves, that they get done on their arms, and they're in their 20s and early 30s when they get it done. Boy, when they get to be my age, I mean, wow, that's just going to be a cacophony of colors and shapes that no one's going to be able to figure out.
Yeah, gravity's a bitch when it comes to tattoos.
Oh yeah.
My mom would also kill me if I got a tattoo. So I don't have a choice.
1982 says Gambo should be his name. No.
No, can't
And I
do
almost
that.
wonder if that's Gambo who's texting that in because
Could be,
it's
yeah.
a new texter.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 6346 says, I'm a Bills fan. So how about Bills Mafia Godfather or Bills Mafia Made Man? That's an awful lot of words.
Yeah, it's quite
an
a bit.
awful lot of words, but I don't know, man. Gotta make it more concise. You're on to something. You're getting closer. Mr. Tattoo. I'm sorry, Mr. Tattoo. Mr. Roboto says a lot of tattoos of these mid-rizzlers. I'm not reading any more of your texts as long as you talk about that.
I want to hear it.
I'm not
Gosh
reading
darn
any
it.
more. Hurry Harry says, how about you call him Fremunda Cheese? Well, I don't think we're going to call a mobster that, but that's a good one to write down. 1982 says, call him Gamba Ding Dong. No, we're still not.
No.
We're still not doing this.
No.
Fourth Dimension's really
by the
going
way, now you're a new texter that needs a nickname.
Oh, new texter.
And then here's another new texter.
Oh, another new texter. Wow.
Who showed up with his nickname ready.
All right.
Although, here's the thing about your nickname.
All right.
I hate to be picky. First off, good job coming with a nickname.
Way to be prepared.
But it's a gamer tag.
Mm.
It's like it's Raul 24. That sounds like a gamer tag with a number in it.
Does sound like a gamer tag.
What you need is a nickname, my friend. He says, first time texter, love your show. Please, prayer hands, give me a shot. Listen, man, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you. But if you explain how Raul 24 is a nickname, you're more than happy to have it. Mr. Roboto says, okay, Gestapo, Jeffrey, here's my last text.
Wow.
Adjusted to meet the standards of Jeffrey speak. Somebody's sensitive.
Yep.
A lot of the youngsters with tattoos these days are going to look like they have a Rorschach test all over their bodies when they're in their 70s and 80s. You are correct.
True. You're so correct.
That's by the way, we're getting close to the time where you remember the tramp stamps? Grandma's going to be like, well, that's an oddly hairy ass. You know what I mean? That's just
not
going to look good.
Grandma, what is that on the back of your front there, Grandma?
What's that on your thigh?
What is
That's
that
how pictures droop right down.
coming out of your granny panties there, Grandma?
Is that a spider? There's a spider on Grandma. Sir drives a lot. Says lobster sauce.
Lobster sauce.
That's a good texture nickname.
I like
Sure.
it.
Lobster sauce. Moist one. Good. Rock Mobster.
Oh,
Rock
there we go.
Mobster.
Rock Mobster says.
Rock Mobster.
Mhm.
Hey, that's a pretty good one for our mobster friend there.
If he likes seafood, you could call him the Codfather.
Codfather. Oh.
Yeah. See that?
Now
Berg.
it's disconnected.
Berg,
I'm
Berg
slow
trying to be
today.
funny, but Berg, there's somebody who had a name close to that who I had to ban for being racist. So I'm not going to read that one out loud.
Okay.
And it wasn't a bad thing that Berg typed. It's just literally the guy with that name had been banned forever. Berg says, "You love me." I mean, I love you, Berg, but I'm not in love with you.
Yeah.
Nondescript says, to each his own, but generally speaking, your tattoo will match the rest of your appearance when you get old. So no one gets healthier looking with time. So it's all right.
I guess that's a good point. I still
You
won't
should-
get a tattoo.
You should get if you get a tattoo, it should be on a place that is not as likely to be impacted as much. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Bill's Maffianato. Bill's Maffianato says Harvey Putswaddler.
Kind of a tongue twister.
Swave Dave says, can I coin a new phrase? Tat ooze art. Swave Dave, I don't think that one's going to catch on. Beer Bob says, if Raul 24 is a gamer, how about we call him Gamer Guy? I don't know. 7510 says, sorry, didn't understand it was a nickname. How about Hey Beaver? You like from Leave It to Beaver? Hey Beav. Hey Beaver says, well, that's like a statement more than a nickname. You're getting there. We just call you Beaver. The Beeve.
Who
How
is
about we
this?
call you the Beeve?
Is this Raul 24?
Yeah, it's Raul 24.
Hey, Beeve.
The Beeve says, like from Leave It to Beaver.
The
I really
Beeve.
want to call you the Beeve. T. Licious says, disregard my last text. Ken Wall was from Wise Guy, not
Wow.
Equalizer.
Okay.
Regal Beagle says, what do the Blender bylaws say about changing one's current nickname? We do not allow it.
Mhm.
You had
Usually.
your chance.
Usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
says, but I want to be called Whiskey Ditka.
That's pretty funny.
Save that for
one.
write that down for
Yeah.
another
Gonna-
Bears fan. But Regal
Yeah.
Beagle, that's an awesome texter nickname.
Yeah.
Why would you want to change it?
Yeah.
It's always the guys with the really good texter nicknames that say they want to change them. I don't
because
understand
they're just
this.
good at it.
Don't
They
get greedy.
perfected the skill. Yeah, the
Yeah,
disease
yeah,
of more.
lightning struck. Leave it struck. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
So the Beeve is what Raul has decided to go with.
All right,
We are
the
running
Beeve.
late for a break, so let's do that now, and we will come back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Get our free app and listen to the Daily Blender everywhere you go. Get it today, wherever you get your favorite apps.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks. Choose natural healing.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
1580 The Fanatic. And at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Boy, Just the Tip is on the sauce. Pretty heavy.
Okay.
Ain't vanity a sin is get any body ornament. You're sinning, right? So screw pretty people at pretty churches. And then he just sort of trailed off.
Maybe he's taking a nap now. You know,
maybe sit the next one out, Just the Tip.
Fell asleep in the middle of his sentence or something.
Yeah, it's probably
This is a theme.
That
from Just a
happens to
Tip.
me all the time.
Yeah, me too, actually. This is a theme from Just a Tip. Like, I've noticed this a lot from him.
By a certain time of day, yeah, he's smart about it. He realizes it, and he's like, yeah, time to lie down.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't just keep drunk texting. He gets to a certain point, he's just like, makes no sense to me either.
Yep.
Good night.
I just don't want to worry about you, Just a Tip. I'm
He's
just
in the
making
bottle.
sure. That's good.
7526 says, all this texture nickname talk, I guess I'll go with Nameless Nurse if you guys approve.
Nameless
Nurse.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Interesting.
Nameless Nurse. Are you a male nurse or are you a female nurse? I'm just kind of curious. And I'm curious because I'm always just sort of amazed when ladies listen to this show for any real amount of time.
Me
And we
too.
have some. I know we have some.
Well, I
And,
mean,
they're
you
a special
and
crew.
You and Harris, the good looks between you and Harris is enough to draw the ladies. I mean, come on.
I know.
Oh, Randy.
Just the tips. Have a nice nap. Kyle G says Bills fan nickname Mafia Man or Table Snapper. Table Snapper. That's
It's a very Bills.
yeah.
Bills do.
That's
Bills
a Bills
fans do
fan
that.
kind
Or
of
Bills
maybe
fan thing.
maybe table diver. Table diver.
Table smasher.
I don't
instead
know.
of
I like
snapper.
the way Table Snapper rings, but yeah,
Yeah.
I like table smasher.
Table Smasher, Table Snapper. Yeah, whatever works. Buffalo Mike says, "Hey, mobster texter nickname La Conciliere."
Ooh.
T-Licious says, "Look at Andy Sandberg's fake tattoos in That's My Boy. That's what they look like when you get older." I've not seen it.
Haven't either.
Sluzzman says, "Jeffrey, remind people they can have a second nickname on fantasy football." Yeah, but you guys blew the assignment on that too. Can I tell you what? When we started all these damn leagues, what did I say? Do you remember, Randy?
Use your texter nickname. It's easier
As your
to
team name.
Yeah, it's easier to identify you.
So have your texture nickname in your team name so I can give you shout outs when you guys have great games and do great things. So now I'm like, I have no idea who the hell anyone is
Right.
in the in the league sometimes. It's very frustrating. And
That
it
is-
was the very
that's a lot
beginning.
to
I told everybody, use your texture nickname. Like maybe 5 did out of
Or
100.
or use your texter nickname as a part of your fantasy football team name.
Yeah, even part of it would be helpful.
Yeah.
King of Kittens says, "Wise guy with the dreamy Ken Wall, one of my favorite shows ever. It was awesome."
Well, there we go for our. Why don't we call it our made man? Why don't we call him Wise Guy?
Wise
good
guy, I
one.
think is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
Wise Guy.
King of Kittens, you thought Ken Wall was dreamy, huh? The Beeve. The Beeve says, "Hey, can I have a shot?"
Yeah, you can.
Give that
Absolutely.
man a shot.
There it is, my friend. Enjoy.
Swave Dave says, "Can I get a name change exception if I go into witness protection?" No, because nobody knows who you are unless your actual name is Dave. And that's really on you. Mr. Roboto says, "Since you want to call the Italian texter the Beeve, no, that's Raul." Yeah, that's Raul.
And he picked the Beeve.
Yeah, and we're not going to call him Beaverino. I don't think. Quiet Cannon says, "Texture nickname, should have pumped the brakes." Should have pumped the brakes says.
Maybe.
It's all right.
The Italian person says, "Hey, I'm not good at this name picking thing. I would use my real name, but that could get me in trouble. Yeah, the bosses are not forgiving where he works.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
what was it we just said was a pretty good one? Just
The
the wise
wise
guy.
wise guy.
How about the wise guy?
Yeah, wise guy, table
Yeah.
smasher for the
No.
other one.
The wise guy. Got
The
with
wise
the
guy.
the.
The wise
The
guy.
wise guy.
You give
Yeah.
that man respect.
Yeah.
But also, the wise guy says that rolls off very nicely.
Yeah, it does.
We don't have a wise guy. Nameless Nurse says, I'm a male and male assigned at birth. We weren't even
Thank you.
really going to care about the second part, but good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us know. Yep.
Lost Toby says, Nameless Nurse, always nursing a handover. I think you meant hangover, but a handover sounds good too.
Handover. Yeah.
Berg says, Bills fan should be called Circle the Wagons. Oh, come on, Patriots fan. Don't be bitter. Italian mobster, says Amaya D. Mafioso, maybe. Donnie says, what day is the draft party? On the day we have it. Harvey Puttswaddler says, I didn't get a shout out for losing the Super Bowl by 0.1 points, and my kicker missed a point after.
Oh, that's painful. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what league you're in. Did you use your name in your league? I don't know.
Sorry to hear that, man.
We kind of focused on the winners. I don't mean that to be mean.
No.
There's a lot. 10 leagues, you said? That's a ton of
14.
people to focus on. 14 leagues is nuts. How long? So if you're in league 14, how long does it take to move up to the Premier League?
Has nothing to do with what number league you're in. It has to do with, did you win definitively? Did you your strength of schedule, your so many different factors. If you win that league, you have a chance to move up to the big league.
So what I thought it was is if you kept losing, you kept getting relegated down and down and down.
Oh, I don't have time to sort that kind of stuff out.
So I was like, league 13 and 14, it's like hopeless. Like, why would you even 14 years of now I see exactly what it is just the leagues below the Premier League are evened up.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So Mr. Roboto says maybe the Italian guy's name could be break your kneecaps, but how about Buster Kneecaps? That would be pretty good.
The enforcer.
I like the moist ones. Mob Reiner.
Like it.
Nondescript says there's a mobster in the valley. How about relocated? T-Licious says in the movie he got the tattoo when he was 8. Look, he just sent me a picture of it. Oh, yeah. So when he grew, everybody's heads got huge. That's funny. That is funny. So it's official. He's going with Wise Guy. He said, hey, I like the Wise Guy name. That's a good one. Keeps my real name secret. I know that Don listens to the show sometimes. We good.
Wise Guy or the Wise Guy?
It's the Wise Guy.
Okay.
The Wise Guy.
Yeah.
Because there is going to be no other Wise Guy. Because as you also know, we don't repeat names. So he's the Wise Guy. But there's a lot of great other mobster names that we have. So if other, mobster types come our way, there you go. So Mr. Roboto says, congratulations, Wise Guy.
Yep.
Moist One says, can I join the role-playing group? No, I don't know what you're talking about, but no.
I know what he's talking about. It's not good.
I do got to find a place for Moist One now that he's been bumped out of the Premier League.
Oh, has he?
It's just heartbreaking to see Berg, the longest lasting Premier League player. He finally dropped out. Moist One, having won 2 championships, he just got bumped out.
Wow. So it's cutthroat. You're never safe. You're like an
bottom
NBA
4
coach.
go.
You could win a championship and a couple of years after, you're gone.
Bottom 4 go.
Oh, I love it.
But I'll tell you what, with those guys, the 4 that got bumped out, I will, if the Champions League, if that actually comes to fruition, remember, if some people want to stay in their leagues, I'll let some of the guys, from the Premier League who get taken out, I'll let them join that. So Moist One says, just had a bad playoff, number 2 seed, and then I just pooped the bed.
How was he the number 2 seed and ended up getting in the bottom 4? How does that work?
Final result. The final result. It's not the end of the season result. It's the end of the playoffs result. So there are
10 people in the league, you said, right?
14. I'm sorry, 12 in the Premier League.
12 in the Premier League, and he was the 2 seed, and he ended up getting in the bottom 4. I don't even know how that.
Take a look at the final standings, and that's how it is sorted. We don't do the end of the regular season. We do the end of the playoffs.
Yeah.
wherever you are in those standings.
How
So
many people
you
make the
can be the
playoffs?
best number one player in the league during regular season. And if you get in the playoffs and you lose, you could find yourself out.
How many teams make the playoffs?
I don't remember how that's set up for Premier League.
Huh.
I think
I've never
8,
heard anything like eight's a
or-
lot.
Yeah, we make it easy for people to still have a chance.
Yeah.
And I think in the regular leagues, is it 6? I don't know. Or 8.
That sounds right for some reason, Jeffrey.
I don't know. I got to go back and look and see what the settings are. Harvey Putswaddler says League 11 team was Harvey's Putswaddlers. Dude, good for you.
There
Well
you
done.
go. Yes, that's an excellent job. Excellent.
He says, I guess I could have done a better job making that obvious. Shut up. Mr. Roboto says, I have a question for Moist One. Because we live here in the valley, does his inner Moist One feel threatened from hearing it's a dry heat?
Oh, boy.
Please
good
do
question.
not speak directly to Moist One.
It's a good question, though.
Yeah, boy.
It's worth wondering. Asking the right questions, Mr. Roboto.
Moist One is salty. He says, I was in the bottom 5 because Jeffrey was the bottom 4.
Oh.
No, I admit it. I had a horrible season there.
So, Jeffrey, can you get booted down?
Yeah, but not anymore. The powers that be have said that we have to stay in. And since somebody else is not coming back in, I just get to stay in. But I still want to do it where we get relegated out too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a clever way to do that where we're like the person relegated from the hosts goes to the Champions League and then comes back. So then you still get to play with a bunch of champions. I don't know. Still working on it. Anyways, hour 3 is up next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
How did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you. All of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Malcolm is a listening learner, so he checks with Babbel's speech recognition to be
Precio.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Because of you, an unsheltered neighbor can have a warm meal, a shower, and clean clothes. Because of you, a struggling family will receive assistance to stay in their home. Because of you, a lost soul can regain hope. Because of you, the Salvation Army can give a hand up to those facing hardship in your local community. Donate now at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and now everybody's getting upset. Moistland says, oh, you're not getting relegated now. Oh, I get it. Got to kick out another listener to keep the big guy in. I respect it. You run it. All power to you.
That is not how it worked. So here's what it was. There's 4 of us hosts, and then one of us was out at any given time. And then when Rosalie decided that she was not going to be able to play, then I was like, well, okay, there's 4 of us in. There's no reason for me to jump out until maybe we get somebody else in. And then some of the other people, the powers that be, said, no, you should probably keep your main host in the Premier League. And I'm lobbying right now. I'm trying to say, well, maybe the person who is the worst host player should have to leave the league and go to the Champions League. Would that be better? And then another idea was a punishment. The worst host would have to wear, and this is an idea, and maybe you'll like this, Moist One, because there's still 8 listeners in Premier League. That's a lot, okay? And then there's 4 hosts. Maybe the punishment should be that every time we have our fantasy football day, which is Thursday, the worst player has to wear a hat or a t-shirt that says, I am bad at fantasy football. That every time you have to wear that or something like that. Some kind of punishment for the one of us that is the worst.
I think the Waffle House challenge is always a good one.
Why do you want everybody to eat Waffle House?
You
so
got to
bad?
stay at Waffle House for 24 hours. And then every time you eat a waffle, you can subtract an hour.
Nah, I just don't have time.
Well,
for
I mean,
that
I would be done like in 15 minutes. I'd be out of there. It's not a problem for me.
You
so
barely have a chance to sit down before he's like asking for the check.
So
Right?
yeah.
It's 20, 25, 25. Give me one extra 25 waffles, please.
Randy would be tanking. He'd be tanking for that.
Diamondback dude says this fantasy football league sounds rigged. Keon got demoted when he stunk it up, but Jeffrey can't get demoted. Well, good thing it's not for money.
But that's
Not for us. It's not.
It's not rigged because what's happening is really, if you want to be mad at somebody, it should be the fantasy football girl because Rosalie, she had to back out. She's got other commitments. She can't play this year. And so she's not going to be there. So that makes a hole. And so Jeffrey has to stay in the league.
It changes nothing for the listeners. The listeners are not impacted by this whatsoever. I see it as an opportunity to get one more listener in.
Right.
And, but we're still sorting out the details on that. So I think it's pretty good that we are creating a championship league for the champions and that we're trying to find a way to get one of us hosts. Now it'll be even more people in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Moist is just a little bit bitter because we hadn't figured it out by the time he got kicked.
I mean,
but you would have still been kicked anyway.
If you guys are going to get mad about it, I mean, we just try to make it fun. We're trying to have fun together. It's not like Jeffrey doesn't have other things to do with his time.
Yeah, and the other thing is Ralph won the Premier League, but the second place person won the money.
Right.
How did
they
that
won
work?
the money as if they won the championship because Ralph's not
can't
eligible
collect.
to win.
He's not eligible.
None of us are.
Is that why is that? I'm curious. Is that like a CRC rule?
No, it's always been that way in radio.
It's just
If
that
you
way?
work for a radio station, you cannot win any of the prizes, especially not the cash ones.
That totally makes sense. I just didn't know if it
We
was
could rig
guidelines or
everything.
yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It should be like that.
So no, Dimeback dude, I promise you, everything is very transparent. Nothing is rigged. Only listeners can win the money, or I still have to make a stupid golden blender for Ralph, and that hurts. But
As a matter of fact, Jeffrey does that of his own out of his own pocketbook. He doesn't have to do that, but he does. He chooses to because we're just trying to make it fun for the fourth dimension. Everybody should really just take a Valium and relax, man.
Moisman says, "Oh, I'm not mad." He says, "Always was 3 listeners before, so this is the first year it's 4 listeners in, 4 listeners out." He says, "Listeners are growing, but it did blindside me, like Sandra Bullock." Well, Moisman, you're such a damn good fantasy football player.
Yeah.
Not last year. But I think you can find your way back. You can find your way back.
Yeah.
Donnie says, "Remember when I won my league last year and still didn't get in? You weren't that good of a champion." I mean, that's just the facts. Your stats and everything about it. We went through, and remember, 14 leagues, Donnie. 14. You were not one of the top 4 players that won a league. You did win money, so shut your mouth.
So to determine the top 4 players, Jeffrey, you take strength of schedule factored in and points scored.
And a whole bunch of other factors too. There is a lot, because if we kept it simple, too many people would have too many similarities. So we have to go first this, then this, then this.
Yep.
So I'm not going to get deep into this and bore everybody, but Donnie was mid-range actually as a champion. He had a good season. I'm not going to lie to you, but it was, as far as compared to all the other champions, he was mid to upper mid-range.
Yeah.
Swazman says, "Remember when Donnie was undefeated and thought he could go all the way? I don't think he won another game after that." Yeah, because Donnie always does this to himself. He does it to his Timberwolves. He does it to his Vikings. He does it to his fantasy team. He flaps his yapper, and karma is sudden and picks up speed by the time it gets to him. Look at the trophies. None. 0. Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Jeffco, it's your league. You run it the way you want to. I'm trying to be as super fair as possible and include as many listeners in the Premier League as I possibly can. That's what I'm really trying to do here.
Yeah.
Moist One says, "Does the winner of the new Champion League get automatically in Premier League?" Yes. That is the whole point. That is the whole point of the Champions League, that if you win that, you automatically get into the Premier League the next year. Swave Dave says, "Jeffrey, I've been curious how you go about making a blender trophy. Is it different every year according to which secondhand blender you find to spray paint?" No, it's always a brand new blender.
A secondhand blender.
I go out with my own money. I buy a blender, and then we get a can of gold spray paint, and then my wife buys the stuff that goes in the blender, little white glass rocks, and then little plastic goldfish, like in our logo. And then we spray paint the fish gold and the outside of the blender, you can still use those blenders, by the way. If you take all the decoration stuff out, it's still a working blender.
Yeah.
But it's spray painted gold, and we have a little plaque that is printed up that has your name and your team name in the year, and put on the front, and that's it.
Wow.
If you want to see what it looks like, I can post it up on my Twitters later.
That's awesome.
But
I'd love it. I'd love to see that.
Diamondback Dude says, I guess he's changed his tune from rig to "sounds fair." I think the worst part of this is that Ralph won Premier League. He won't remind us of that every Thursday during the season.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does flap his gums a bit, but you know what? He's a good dude. It's a lot of fun, and what he says, a lot of that is just for the fun and enjoying time competing against each other in this fantasy football league. I mean, we've all had fun over the years doing this, and Jeffrey, everybody should thank Jeffrey. I mean, he puts this thing together on his own. He doesn't get any help from any of us. So
I get no help from grown-ups.
Well, thank you, Jeffrey, for everything you do.
You don't need to thank me. We're all having fun.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Harris,
I need to thank you.
You haven't even played yet.
I just wanted an excuse to thank you. That's all.
Ugh. Lost Toby says,
"What do you mean?
The punishment should be a hat saying Ralph is right. I would quit. I would quit the show.
That's a bad punishment.
I would quit the show."
Oh, yeah. No.
Swazman says, "Isn't it Ralph's company with his wife that donates the prize money
well,
that we win?"
It's not his company.
He doesn't own the company, and he doesn't own it with his wife. But Harmon Solar ponies up the prize money. Yes, I pony up the prize, and I do all the managing of all the leagues was, man. Baker's Cocky Hen says Waffle House Challenge sounds expensive in time and money. Sounds dangerous for stomachs and life from the Waffle House, if you know. Yeah, I don't want to get beat up either. Bite My Kebab says first class seating, cigars and whiskey.
Ooh,
He
where's
says,
that?
"Yep." He says up here in the Premier League, boys, because I'm in this year. Because
Oh.
I just want to say it feels really comfortable up here in the Premier League. Bite My Kebab gets it.
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto says, McDonald's could bring the Gin Alpha crowd on board by relaunching the snack wrap with the classic Hamburglar mascot and reboot it as the Hambrizzler. Roboto, I'm going to stop reading your text here in a minute. King Kittens has another
I
good
love
texture nickname for you.
Okay.
The 5 o'clock shadow.
Ooh.
Is somebody who only texts in at 5 p.m.
The 5 o'clock shadow.
All right. We haven't talked anything that matters, I think, in the entire show so far. Is it my imagination?
I think we have.
I think we've talked a lot of stuff
You
that matters.
you
It's
mentioned
just-
that you wear an ankle bracelet when you don't
Yeah,
want to deal with
yeah.
people.
It's a
See
dog
that
collar, but
matters.
it
Yeah.
still
A
works.
dog collar.
Yeah.
It still works.
Yeah.
You
So-
also, yeah.
Here's the question that I wanted to ask. Well, first, let's check in and see if the Dimebacks have started playing yet. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so back to what we were saying.
Okay.
Draymond Green started flapping his gums, and he is proclaiming that he is the number one defender of all time.
What? What?
He says, I guess a fan said, so who are the top 5 defenders of all time? He says, me. I'm number 1. And then he listed off Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, that would not make the cut. And he started just saying, Tony Allen, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, that'd be it right there, But here's the thing. He doesn't even make the top 10 in reality. Why does Draymond Green think he's the number 1 defender of all time? Yes, he's been an NBA all defensive team selection 9 times, but that doesn't make him of all time. Here is the simple top 10. Don't argue with me on this one. If you disagree with the placement, I think we can all agree that everyone I'm about to say, better defender than Draymond Green. Draymond Green's a great defender, but he's not top 10.
Let's hear it.
Here we go. Bill Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Ben Wallace, Dikembe Mutombo, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dwight Howard. Do you feel like Draymond Green's better than any of the names I just listed?
No,
I do.
Who do you think he's better
Yeah.
than?
I think he's a better defender than Kareem.
You
What?
are too young to have ever even seen him live.
Look, I think Kareem's awesome. I think he's a top 3 player in NBA history. I'd go as far as saying
So
that.
how do you make Draymond Green better than him defensively?
As weird as this is, because Draymond is on such a dynasty of a team for a while, he's gotten a bit underrated because of what he is now. He was amazing back in the day. Like, I got some numbers right here. Golden State in 2016, this is still one of the highest on-off differences in NBA history, had an 18-point scoring margin when he was on the court and -8 when he was off the court. So, defensively, they completely shot themselves in the foot when Draymond was off the court. They couldn't do anything. So he was extremely valuable there. Also, something about
how
those
does that equate to being better than Kareem?
because of how valuable he was on the court and what he did. Also,
This is talking about
Draymond-
pure defender, not how bad did it hurt the Warriors in a modern era of basketball.
Yeah.
And also remember the eras. The eras these players played in were tougher defensively. Nothing was a foul. It was a tougher time defensively. Well, I guess maybe
I
could
disagree
also be
with
seen
that.
as an easier time.
Yeah, I
defensively.
think it's harder on defense.
But as much
nowadays.
as you were throwing elbows, so were they, and nothing was getting called. So
Yeah.
it was a more physical time. I'm sorry, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, better defender than Draymond Green.
Also, Draymond, here's something that Draymond could do that a lot of those guys you listed couldn't do. Draymond can guard all 5 positions. You can put him on a guard, you can put him on a center, and he would find a way to lock them down and to lower their shot percentages because He's quicker than a lot of those people. Now, I'll be in mind, all those guys you listed are great defenders, but Draymond Green as a defensive player is phenomenal. Golden State's defensive rating as a team tanked when he was off the court. And when he got good, like when Draymond hit his peak, because before 2014, Steph Curry was already a good player. Klay Thompson was already a good player. It didn't all happen until 2015 when Steve Kerr decided to put Draymond Green in the starting lineup. And defensively, they became the best defensive team in the NBA because of his versatility and what he could do. So yeah, Draymond is a top 10 defender of all time. I may say he's top 5, and heck, I may put him ahead of Rodman.
No.
I would go as far to say that.
Ahead of Rodman?
I would.
Oh,
I
no
would say
way.
that, yeah.
Diamondback dude says, Harris, you're out of your league here. Sean Marion was a better defender than Draymond Green.
Okay, I love Sean Marion on an all-time basis. Clarksville, Tennessee native, by the way, Sean Marion. And he was fantastic. He's one of the most, honestly, underrated players of my whole lifespan. But as a defensive player, I don't think he's quite Draymond's level. Draymond was Defensive Player of the Year candidate for like 6-7 straight years.
Kyle G says Jordan, Larry Bird, John Stockton, Chris Paul, better defenders than Draymond as
No,
well.
None of those guys could guard all 5 positions, with the
It's
exception of
just-
maybe Michael Jordan.
You're just showing your age, I think. And that is, I mean, the argument will show its age in both directions.
This is a tougher era to be a defensive player in too, because gosh, the game is so spread out now. All 5 guys can shoot from 3 on the floor. Back then in the 80s and 90s, you didn't have that. So you didn't have to worry about over collapsing and over helping on a drive and leaving a guy open on the perimeter, because oftentimes you got 2 or 3 guys on the floor who could shoot threes. Nowadays you get 4 or 5. Makes a huge difference defensively.
So that other new texter said, hey, I'll be this or this. Gave me 2 names. One of them's probably going to be considered dirty if I read it on air. So I'm going with Weed Whacker. Weed Whacker says.
Whacker.
I think that's great. That's better than the kind of dirty one he wanted.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show, Weed Whacker.
Yeah.
Swave Dave says, be careful, bite my kebab. I barely squeaked. Hold on here. Into the Premier League a couple of years ago, and I got my ass whooped when I got there. I'm telling you, it's not a place for the faint-hearted. Draymond is trolling hard as F, says Roboto. Yeah, of course he is. But I don't know, is he? Or is he serious? I don't know.
I think he himself has a right to think he's number 1, because he has done a heck of a lot defensively. And for Golden State, man, every dynasty needs a glue guy. He was that glue guy on defense, on offense, all of the above. So Draymond has a right to think he's the best defender of all time. Is he? I'm not sure I'd put him above the likes of Tim Duncan and others, but he's up there for sure.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, yep, pretty cocky. Yeah, he is. Draymond Green is pretty cocky. Lost Toby says putting Dwight on that list invalidates the entire list.
No, it does not.
I had Dwight Howard at 10, Toby.
Dwight Howard was, in his peak, the best defensive player in the NBA for like 4 years. That 09 Magic team, like, I think Jameer Nelson was the second best player. And they had some good players like Hito Turkoglu, good players. But finals caliber team, like Dwight Howard was the man on that team and took them to the finals because they were constantly the best defensive teams in the NBA. There was no easy layups when Dwight Howard was on the floor.
T-Licious says he's getting cranky, I think, at you, Harris. He goes, Rodman guarded Shaq, new guy.
Rodman guarded. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weed Whacker makes a point that is better than anything you've said all day, Harris. He says,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
You guys rock.
Thank
you, Weed Whacker.
Thank you, Weed Whacker. Appreciate that.
Mr. Roboto says, I deleted my text saying Draymond is trolling hard as F because Harris makes a somewhat convincing point. You realize if you delete it on your phone, it's still here.
Yeah, we still have it.
Yeah.
He says also because Harris gets me, unlike Jeffrey, who's salty about my drip.
I get you, Mr. Roboto.
Salty about your drip.
Salty about his drip.
What's wrong with your drip, man?
Roboto, you're older than me. Jonesy says glue guy. He punched his own teammate in the face. He's no Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan punched a few guys.
I was just going to say that.
Steve
Michael
Kerr
Jordan
being one of them.
Yeah, Michael Jordan did the same. So.
First off, and who is saying that Draymond Green is Michael Jordan? No one's saying that.
Nobody.
I get a
And also,
twisted
who's
here.
saying that Draymond Green is even top 10 defender in the history of the NBA?
Well,
what kind
Jeffrey,
of a moron?
Jeffrey,
What?
that was Harris.
Yeah, that was. I'm the moron.
I know what it says.
I'm the moron.
And Maya D says, let me guess, Harris thinks LeBron is better than Jordan.
Nope. Never said that. Not true.
There's so many hills you can die on. And
I
Harris
think-
is not dying on that.
Reason why I take Jordan over LeBron is because Jordan doesn't have a blemish on his resume like LeBron does with those 2011 NBA Finals.
Lost Toby
Saying.
says Gary Payton and Kawhi are better defenders. As a Warriors fan, I think he's top 10. He's a media guy. He said that just to get attention. Just don't see him in the top 10.
You could make the argument, but I'd still take Draymond.
Well, I mean, okay, Draymond, I know we're up against a break here. Draymond did play on championship teams, right? I mean, they have 5 championships there in Golden State. He was a part of all 5 of those championships. I mean, he is a formidable player. He is a formidable defensive guy. He's certainly not a shooter. So what was his role with Golden State and a Golden State team that was I would consider a dynasty. You know, guys just kept going to the championships and winning. So
he made 9 all defensive teams. And the fact that Golden State in those days had a 26-point difference with him on and off the floor, and looking at him as a player, right? He's not a guy that's going to get 20 points per game. He's not a guy that's going to shoot 40% from 3. He wouldn't try to do anything otherwise because he knows his role. So why are they so much better with him on the floor? You have to look at the defense. That's why. That's why Draymond Green is a top 10 defender ever, because he helped a dynasty win championships by being an elite defender for years. 9 all-NBA defensive teams. Come on, man. He's up there for sure. Maybe even top 5.
I would say he's top 10. I don't know. I'd give him top 5 because that's quite a list, man.
It is
quite a list.
Tank Blood says Draymond is just an angry black man. So now the reason he's saying that is because Draymond Green came out and says, I don't want people just thinking I'm an angry black man. So
I
Tank
see
Blood,
what he did there. Yeah.
now Tank Blood can't believe I just read that. He's like, I was kidding. I was just kidding.
What's the matter, Tank Blood? A little nervous now?
He says, just kidding. LOL. Yeah, don't call me racist. No. He was just repeating what Draymond Green said. And we're like, well, Draymond, you do seem angry. And, well, you're also, I'm just saying. Wilbur says Harris. So is Joe Namath better than Tom Brady? Oh, please don't start this. Just
Joe
don't even
Namath
answer the
had-
question. Don't answer the question.
All right.
We're not starting this. We got to take a break. When we come back, something else. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Miss any part of the Daily Blender? Download the free podcast at 1580thefanatic.com.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you?
I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states. Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke. Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. Sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
The Rich Eisen Show. Pacers are going to have to do what they did against the Knicks, plus against Oklahoma City. Who can run people off the bench as well, who can run you out of the building if they so choose. Defensively, they're terrific as a team, has won their conference as I've seen in some time. And it's also the matchup between two teams that lead the league and lead their conference in having their fans all wear the same colored shirts.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and the Diamondbacks game has started up. Thanks for the heads up on that, Quiet Cannon. Nothing so far. But in the Stanley Cup Final, Game 1, Oilers already up 1-0 over the Florida Panthers in the beginning of the first. So it begins.
Yeah, that's going to be a great series.
888-368-1580. Much to our surprise and happiness, the Diamondbacks did win yesterday's game against the Braves 8-3. And Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll each homered twice. That hasn't happened but 11 more other times in the entire history of the Diamondbacks. That was kind of cool there. Good win. And Zach Gallen just had one run he gave up in 7 innings.
Yeah.
But, all right. So here we are. The next game is upon us, and hopefully we can win this and get in the right direction.
The positives that we've been talking about all along is the Diamondbacks offense. They were able to put an 8 spot on the board against a very good Atlanta Braves team that have been coming on as of lately. They've got Cunha Jr. back. Everybody is, I'm sure, aware of how he came back. He's been hitting home runs like they're, on the 50% table. He's just picking up home runs left and right, and the whole team has been feeding off of that. And we beat Strider, Spencer Strider, who's a pretty good pitcher for the Braves. He is having a bit of an off season right now. Now he's 0-4 this season with a 5.68 ERA. But he's still a guy that can turn things around and really start to hurt you. This is a guy you'll be looking at in the fall. But the Diamondbacks, I'm really glad to see Corbin Carroll was hitting the ball. He was 3 for 4 yesterday. Ketel Marte, he was 2 for 3. Josh Naylor got in on the action. Eugenio Suarez continues to swing the bat well. Problem is he picked up a couple of errors yesterday, or one error at least, which is kind of weird. I don't understand why he's playing defensively so bad. That was his strong point. But you're right. Zach Gallen, 7 strong innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 4. Shelby Miller came in. He had a nice inning. He gave up a couple of hits. And then Ryan Thompson came in, and he had a perfect inning where he didn't give up any walks, hits, or runs. So that's the way the Diamondbacks were supposed to perform right there. You know, Zach Gallen goes out there. You bring in Shelby Miller. You bring in your closer, whoever that might be. In this case, Ryan Thompson. And the Diamondbacks put up a crooked number. You know, they put up some good numbers offensively. So good for them. And let's hope they can do that again tonight because we need some wins.
Well, it's Merrill Kelly versus Chris Sale. So you can understand why the game might be 0-0 for a few innings. But I got a question. Corbin Carroll making a case for MVP already. Would you agree? Or is it, I mean, he's kind of hitting the hell out of it. 18 home runs already. He's keeping up with Ohtani.
I would think so.
I heard a gasping sigh from Harris when I said,
Yeah,
that's your problem, punk.
Let Triple H talk here in a second, but his batting average has dropped as of late. But I wanted to point this out since Merrill Kelly's on the hill. His last 4 games, 1.65 ERA. The guy is dealing. And I hope he continues that trend tonight. Go ahead, Triple H. Share your thoughts on Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, I mean, I love the stats, Randy. That's great. Love hearing that. That's a lot of optimism for the Diamondbacks. But look, Corbin Carroll's having a great season. Don't get me wrong. As long as Ohtani's around, I just don't know if there's a legitimate case that Corbin Carroll has to win the MVP over him.
How many more home runs does Corbin Carroll have to have over Ohtani? Because, you know, isn't Ohtani still just a designated hitter?
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
he might
here's
be
Corbin
pitching
Carroll actually playing the game.
Yeah,
I
he
feel
might.
like if Corbin Carroll had the ability to just sit on his ass for an entire game and just come in when it was time to bat, well, gee whiz, who knows how well he could be doing. I think there's more weight towards Corbin Carroll being an MVP than Ohtani, who's coming in as a DH.
Well, Ohtani has a better on-base percentage. He's slugging more. He's hit 23 home runs compared to Corbin Carroll's 18. I don't like being that guy because, of course, I'd rather see the Diamondbacks have an MVP winner. But it's just one of those things.
He can catch up.
He can catch up, but
and Ohtani can also slump.
Remember Jeffrey back in the day, 2001, when Gonzo had that wonderful season where he was hitting home runs, he was driving in runs, and he was having a career season, they call it, you know, just a one-off season. And remember, people were saying he should have won the MVP, and look who he went up against. Barry Bonds. And as long as Barry Bonds was swinging the bat and sticking that needle in his ass to get some more of those steroids, he was going to win the MVP, wasn't he? And I think that's kind of similar to what Triple H is saying here. As long as Ohtani is in the game, he's going to be the front runner unless something drastic happens to him. I'd sure love to see him. And Ketel Marte could make another run at it too, by the way. He finished second in the MVP voting last season. So it's very possible Ketel Marte could make a run at it.
If the home runs keep coming and you know, Ohtani starts to slump, it's really hard to make a case against Corbin Carroll if he's ahead of him in home runs.
Yeah,
Period.
it is. And Corbin Carroll's exciting. He runs the bases well. He gets on base. My knock against him is I wish he would hit more with runners in scoring position, you know, which it's hard to do when you're at the top of the lineup. Today, I think he's batting second. If I was looking at the lineup card right, he's batting second behind Ketel Marte. They moved Gurriel up to third, and then Eugenio Suarez is hitting cleanup. Grichuk's behind him. Josh Naylor's moved down. I think that's good for Josh Naylor. Maybe take some of the pressure off of him, let him get his groove going. And then you got Gabby Marino, who's a catcher that needs some help offensively. He needs to get going. And then I think this team, the back end of this lineup really needs to get the engine started and scoring some runs for this team.
Yeah, there's a lot that needs to be improved, and maybe we can see them start to improve that. I hate to say that when I'm not looking at the screen. Okay, good. Still 0-0.
All right.
To be fair on that point, Randy, Arizona's bats have been, for the most part, there's been some cold spells. For the most part, they've been clicking. The issue's just been, oh man, the pitching. You wonder, Arizona's that team who I'm going to keep my eye on and say, what are they going to do at the trade deadline? Because once that trade deadline approaches, a lot of teams, the Phillies now are in that mix too, are going to be looking for closers. I wonder if Arizona goes after someone to solidify that bullpen more and fix those woes.
I think if they're winning and they're in a spot where they think they can contend for a wild card spot,
yeah,
I think they definitely will be looking. But remember, Harris, the Diamondbacks, at least under this current administration, have never been a team to have that guy, kind of like the Mets have their closer, and he comes in with all this pomp and circumstance. The Diamondbacks don't have that. They have a closer by committee.
Yeah.
So they, depending on what the numbers say, they'll bring in Shelby Miller, or they'll bring in, what's his name? They'll bring him in and let him close the
Justin
game.
Martinez.
Yeah. They'll bring in the kid they just brought up, Mena, and let him walk out there and close. And any mixture to change the cards around of a 7, 8, 9 pitching lineup, they're going to do that. That's what they do. That's what Torey Lovello does. He generally doesn't let his starting pitchers go past the 7th inning, even if they're dealing. He likes to have a 7, 8, 9 lineup of pitchers to go out there and set down this team and shut them down. And they don't have like a Mariano Rivera where they can go to the bullpen. It's automatic.
Yeah, you make that point. Remember years ago, the Diamondbacks did go after Paul Sewald and get him, and he was their guy. And there are guys like
that didn't work out, did it?
Yeah, it didn't. But you saw what Torey was trying to do. So it's not like he's thinking that we have to be a committee, because he's tried this before. I wonder if they go after like Felix Bautista for the Orioles. Like the Orioles are down right now, fired their manager. That guy's still throwing 100 miles an hour. He's got a ton of saves. There's others too, like Kyle Finnegan from the Nationals could be somebody they could go after. Like there are guys who, but you're right though, Arizona has to be clicking. You have to know, okay, we're competing this year for a wild card slot. Right now, it's not looking like that. If they get better and start playing, the bats start humming as of late, but most importantly, the pitchers really settle in, you could expect Arizona to make a move at the trade deadline. But if they don't, they probably don't, and maybe they wave the white flag.
888-368-1580. I don't know if you saw that the kid with the sippy cup head, George Kirby. George Kirby, man card accreditation. Well, sippy cup head, because look at those ears.
Got a sippy cup head.
Grab him and but
wow.
Look at his mouth there.
Okay.
That is the worst of what happened. He took a 102.7 mile an hour line drive right to the mouth. Kind of grazed him a little bit, or else I think that could have been a lot worse. He didn't lose a tooth or nothing, but it hurt his jaw. And he was like, hey, it didn't even hurt, really. He says, it got more of my hand, 50% hand, 50% mouth. So we're good. Nothing wrong. But he still didn't go back. But that was more about where he was at the pitch count with 95 pitches. And he wasn't probably going to come back for the 6th inning anyway. But that just immediately just started gushing blood for him right there.
Yeah,
that is something. I'm sorry, Triple H. That is
even
something
more impressive is the fact that when he put his hand up, he had his hand up. When it came at him, it bounced off his face and went right to the first baseman who made the play.
I mean, I've taken ground balls off my head, off my shoulder. I mean, but a pitcher, you're only 60 feet 6 inches away, and by the time you finish your pitch, you're actually closer. You're like inside 55 feet from home plate, and the ball leaving the home plate that like Triple H likes to show share the exit velocity on some of these pitches, 100+ miles an hour off a wood bat. I mean, that's coming at you like right now. You have no chance basically to respond. It's lucky he got his hand up there to take most of the punishment. Otherwise, it could have been ugly.
By the way, the surprise look in his face has nothing to do with taking the ball to the face. It's more that he can't believe that Rowdy Tellez actually was able to field it off his face for the last out of the inning right there. That is He's just a completely stunned, but yeah, I think
Yep.
he got a lot
I
more
mean-
of his glove than his face, or else he'd have
Yeah.
been on the ground. Moist One says, have you ever taken a ball off your chin, Harris?
A ball off? No, I haven't.
Easy. It's
I
moist.
don't
one.
think Harris played ball. Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I played yeah, I didn't play baseball. I played basketball and soccer, and I played tackle football, but I caught a slant, and this linebacker in middle school that hit puberty far before I did. He had a mustache. Ended my football career. Let's just say that.
I feel bad. I ended a church secretary's softball career.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Mm.
I went up to bat there. I think I was younger than Harris, and it was a church softball game, just fun. Everybody's like, yeah. And I am well known for hitting chest level line drives. Well, a chest level was at the church secretary's face, and I destroyed her nose. I didn't do it on purpose. Didn't do it on purpose. I don't know why they thought she'd make a good shortstop. Don't know why she was in the infield. I don't know why she was that close to the pitcher. I'll be honest. I don't think she knew what she was doing at all.
Wow.
Everybody was laughing and giggling right up to that point. Then everybody was just like, maybe we should go home.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
That'll
felt
do it.
horrible.
The game is now over.
Maybe did you just really want to go home, Jeffrey? Was it one of those?
No, I was the only one having a good time at that
Oh,
point.
okay.
So, all right, we got to take a break. We'll come back with On This Date in Big George's sports history. And we have a new favorite bad ump. Guess whose name? Guess whose
okay.
name? Just go ahead. Toss out the name, Randy. Who do you think it is?
Laz Diaz.
Oh my God, it's exactly him. I'm not even kidding.
There
We'll
we go.
talk about why when we come back. It's the Daily
All right.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender is streamed live on YouTube. Search 1580 The Fanatic to watch.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke. Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
My name is Mary Grace. Early diagnosis is key, but make no mistake, it is a devastating disease.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Your home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Panthers making it interesting. It's now tied up, still in the first. Panthers and Oilers 1-1. Man, I kind of looking forward to the show being over. So I'm gonna go watch this thing. It's looking to be pretty good, man. Nothing really going on yet with the Braves and the Diamondbacks. Still 0-0 on that. So before we went to the break, I did mention who's the worst current Major League Baseball umpire. Randy nails it immediately with Laz Diaz.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that the announcers are laughing at how bad it is. So what happens is this, oh my God, it was one of the worst things you've ever seen. So it was, I guess it was kind of getting rainy, and I think he was just trying to get the hell out of there. He's like, I just got to get things going here. It was like 4.5 innings in, and he's just like, we're going to get through this. And it was during the Texas Rangers Tampa Bay Rays game, and the Rays were leading 1-0, bottom of the fourth, and Tampa Bay's Jake Magnum was at the plate. Duck, Magnum, duck. Anyway, you're too young to know this. You're too young to get that, Harris.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So 1-2 breaking ball, just a bit outside, as they say, and Diaz is strike three. Now, it was laughable because how far outside of the strike zone he called a strike.
Oh, no.
Here is the strike zone. It was over here.
Oh,
you can't even see on the camera how far out. I'll tell you what, though. The official, umpires sort of computer thing that checks those things.
Yeah.
Here's what it looked like. You see the
oh my gosh.
Oh no.
See that one that's way outside and low?
Holy.
How
the
does
one
he
with the
call
red
that a
square around
strike?
it?
Oh my God.
He called that a strike.
How does he call that a strike?
And you notice earlier he called another ball a strike. The second pitch at 82 mile an hour slider, which was also, you could say, okay, maybe. All right, fine. It was kind of outside of the zone, kind of iffy. But this other one, this doesn't even do its justice. If you watch the actual play where Magnum takes a swing, he didn't take a swing, but Magnum watches it sail over to the left. And, it's where the catcher, one of those things where he's not like this. He's like, oops, like that.
Yeah.
And yet Laz Diaz has the nerve to call that a strike.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why Major League Baseball does not police these guys. How can this happen? I mean, that's horrible.
Laz Diaz, the new Angel Hernandez.
It's too bad. I mean, it's really too bad. I mean, Harris, I know you like having the human factor, the human interaction. I don't mind a borderline pitch being called a ball or a strike one way or the other, but at least make it close. Good God, this was a foot outside, and he calls it a strike.
A foot, Randy. It was more than a foot. That graphic doesn't even show you how just egregious this was. Somebody actually commented in and said, this pitch would need a $7 Uber ride just to get to the plate.
Well, there you go. I mean, for me, this is why you need to have you got to have the robot umpires. I'm sorry. I mean,
you're wrong. You're wrong, Harris.
Unacceptable.
You're automatically wrong. I could see you. You're about to say something. You're wrong. We need the robot umps.
I was about to say something.
That's all right. You're still
I
wrong.
disagree with both of you that there should not be robot umpires, even though, yes, there should be accountability for the officiating.
And there's not.
The
You can't
union,
get it.
the
If you
union
can't
has got to
get
figure
the accountability. You have to have the robot.
The
I'll agree with you. If there was actual accountability and there was somebody who is teaching and policing the umpires, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
None of that exists. None of that is going to exist anytime soon. So yeah, give me some robot umpires.
I
please.
wonder if the MLB tries a bluff to the referees union and says, hey, if you guys don't compromise and make these guys, because a lot of the hoopla is they don't want to be full time because they want to work other jobs, right? And the union won't allow them to be full time by the MLB so they can get money elsewhere, have their off seasons, and do their thing. I wonder if the MLB goes to the union and says, if you guys don't let these guys become full time, then we're going to robot umpires because your results have not been.
How is that going to fix? How is that
more training?
How is that going to fix Laz Diaz? He's been in the league. He's an old guy. He's going to do what he's going to do. He doesn't care about more training. He doesn't care about balls and strike zones. He wants to call a ball a strike the way he sees it. And how are you going to fix that? I want to know how that's going to work.
I mean, honestly, with Laz Diaz, the results are pretty rough. But, man, you'd have to think that more training and pouring more resources into these guys, big picture, is going to help the officiating problem in the MLB. That's where – and right now, the MLB doesn't have the wherewithal or the legal guidelines to be able to do that for 12 months and a year with full timing these guys and them going through rigorous programs and, all of that. So they don't necessarily have the time to do that because they're lawyers working other jobs. I think maybe they go to the union and say, hey, we're going to do this. And we're going to get a robot umps or else.
And the union says, great, then we're going to strike and you'll have to call in some scabs.
Yeah. Or you go to the robot umps, but the robot umps, there is that, as Corbin Burns mentioned, they're not fully 100% accurate either. So,
are they going to call a ball that's a foot outside a strike
than Laz Diaz?
They have been reported to be pretty well, at least according to the MLB, pretty accurate. But that is, potentially a biased source with a conflict of interest. So,
well, I mean, if the robots are calling a ball a foot outside a strike, like Laz Diaz does, then we have an issue. As far as I can see, if it's a quarter inch outside or one way or the other,
live with that.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that all day long. Does it have to be perfect? No. But a ball like that, like Jeffrey just showed, I can't stand that.
By the way, Panthers just scored another goal.
Shoot! So we've established that robot umps will be more likely, more accurate than human umps. I believe that. I believe that will probably be the case. But to what extent are we willing to take efficiency over human interaction in the sport?
You're still going to have human interaction on the bases, on safe and out calls on the bases.
I think there's something about baseball when a coach or a manager gets in an ump's face. You don't get that in any other
there'll
sport.
Still be plenty of that.
You don't get it in any other
You're
sport.
not going to have all robots. It's just for strikes and
so maybe a
balls.
little bit.
So
yeah,
plenty of other interaction, like Randy said. T-Licious says, hoping Laz Diaz gets better is like hoping Phil won't go full Phil. It's true. It's true. Listen, we're running out of time. Panthers up 2-1 over the Oilers. That's a surprise right there. That is a pleasant surprise. That means this is going to be a good series of hockey, Randy.
Yep.
Looking forward to that. Right now, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1968 at the Ambassador Hotel, Robert Kennedy told his followers in the ballroom, giving his victory speech in the California primary, I'd like to express my high regard for Don Drysdale, who pitched his 6th straight shutout tonight, and I hope we can have as good a fortune in our campaign. That was true at the nearby Chavez Ravine. The Dodgers pitcher, so here's the thing. He was pitching a shutout.
Yeah.
But immediately, as far as the good fortune, Robert Kennedy walked off the stage and was immediately murdered.
Oh,
that is at the hotel when they assassinated Robert Kennedy.
That's what he said that night.
So basically, the Dodgers will get you killed. So being a Dodger fan, probably hazardous to your health.
Hazardous Dodgers.
Especially if you're a politician, because he was Sirhan, not a Dodger fan.
Apparently not.
Took issue with that. He's also, a Palestinian who was angry about things. So,
and he must have been a Giants fan too.
Yeah, more than likely. So, that's just a lesson for all of you.
Wow.
Nuts. I know. Scratch Me Because says, hey, why aren't there follow-ups? to
Followers.
To be fair, when Harris says to be fair, well, because he hasn't been taught about it.
Mm-hmm.
Harris, have you ever seen Letterkenny?
No.
I am wearing a Letterkenny Irish T-shirt right now. You need to Google it, find it on the Hulu, and watch the Letterkenny. It is amazing Canadian show, and you can learn a lot about being manly by watching that show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nobody on that show has a mustache like you, unless it's somebody they're making fun of. Just something you need to keep in mind.
Wow.
Maybe they're not as manly.
You can learn. Oh, you just get punched right in the face. Watch the Letterkenny. That is mandatory.
I've never been punched before, but this might be the first time.
You got to watch. I mean,
Can't hurt the moneymaker.
Wayne will punch you through the TV screen.
Okay.
So, yeah, Moist One, give your balls a tug. You're right. So anyway, yeah, go watch the Letterkenny. And Laz Diaz is the new Angel Hernandez.
Oh.
And the Florida Panthers are making it a game. Everybody is favoring the Oilers, but yet here we are, Panthers 2, Oilers 1.
So, Jeffrey, is it going to be a 7-game series?
I don't know. I mean, seriously, let's just see what happens with the rest of this game. But the way they're going back and forth, that's promising.
What do you think, Triple H? 7
Could
games?
be nerves. Maybe Oilers will step up and suddenly get dominant, but this is promising.
Very likely 7-game series. I think it could easily happen. A lot of sports going on, man. Between this College World Series and NBA Finals, softball College World Series going on right now. It's subtly a lot to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah, we had like nothing to talk about for days, but tomorrow I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about.
Texas and Texas Tech and softball is
That is
also
not
a
something
great
we're going to
series.
talk about.
It's a great series. There's
Not-
a lot of
We're
storylines.
not talking about softball, Harris.
I don't.
Oh,
I
boy.
agree with you for the most part, but this one's a good series. There's a
Don't
lot
care
of
if you agree with me.
Yeah.
All right. If you say so, Jeffrey. If you say so.
I mean, my name's on the show, so
Yes, it is on the show. That's why I didn't say that.
I don't think I need to say anything else.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Other than everybody have a great night. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Good night.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the